Okay, hopefully it's okay. Is it okay now? I have no idea because my internet is fine. I'm not sure. Anyways, game supports autosave, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Hello guys, Perhatian, sambut tertiup yang tertiup angin ko Reine dari holoID. I'm Reine from holoID Generation 2 and we're gonna play Ace Attorney again today. It's been a while since our last Ace Attorney thingy. And we're gonna play, yay! It's been a while, I know. Hee. Okay then, yeah. Alright, we're starting episode 4 today. Last time we finished episode 3, in which it's like, ooh, Turnabout Academy, the dark age of the law, blah blah blah. And I don't know, I guess this is good-ish because I'm wearing my uniform today. I was too lazy to change back, so I went with this. But it's been a while since we last had 3D Reine, right? So I think it's alright. This one is a space case. That's why it's called Cosmic. I guess so. Robbing cute though. I agree. What you guys think about the third case? I personally kind of liked it. It's when, yeah, the culprit was. I really like the culprit animation when, you know, after the breakdown, you know, the breakdown, or like when they just like show their true colors and stuff. Hey, it was wild. Third case is a lot of fun. I especially really like the characters and how they use the I don't know what. Lupa cuy. You almost never used the new outfit so far. What do you mean? Which new outfit? Because we just got one. We got 2 new outfits in September. That's the thing. You mean this one or the other one? Because the other one I just used it yesterday in the forest. But yeah, we gotta juggle. I think this is the first time I'm using it here. Did we take a peek for the next case? I don't remember. Yes. When did you get it? Well, this is from the Gabyar officially. I use this in my 3D, but we are recently allowed to use it freely for streaming after holoID, after the what was it called? The X-School days. Yes. Getting a bigger wardrobe to choose from. I feel like I've been using that one. I've been using that outfit quite a lot when I can. But start playing from this game save data. Wait, is this for the start or what? Oh, this is the start. Oh, isn't this like a throwback from the first case? The courtroom bombing incident. A terrible attack launched by the will of a madman. That incident perfectly symbolized the state of the legal world in this dark age of the law. Mr. Wright brought it to a resolution of sorts. Tetanate was discovered to be the one responsible for the bombing. ... If only it were that simple. Somehow, I can't help but think. I forgot that he was called Tetanate. That there's a darker influence at work. One that's lurking in the shadows, waiting. That's why I want to review the trial that was taking place when the bombing occurred. Hi. After all, I've got more than a few personal stakes in it. Do not ever attempt a drinking game for every time they say Dark Age of the Law. That's almost as deadly as the 10 years ago of the previous game. Really? Are we gonna accept that challenge? Oh! What's that? Gyaksa. Is that like NASA but Gyap?
Please begin your final equipment check.
Check complete. Everything's A-okay. We're ready here whenever you are.
Oh no!
Come in, Act 2. Come in. Do you copy?
Emergency. Uh-oh! Among Us? No, this looks like something else. This looks like the thing that they had to wear in the decompression chamber in this one game. Oh. Oh no. See, it's Gyaxa. Oh, knife! That's not good. Oh yeah, like that company that's kind of lethal. Time for another trial to begin. But this one is different. Gyaxolotl. Sorry to bother you, but... Oh, it's, Juni? Are you alright, Apollo? Was I making a scary face just now? Oh, hi, Juniper. Yes, I'm fine. I was just doing my Chords of Steel exercises. Now I'm all ready to go. Yes, knowing you, I'm sure you'll be just fine. Oh, I brought you a present from my garden. Lotus root? Is this a lotus root? That's right. My grandma says lotus root is good for your eyes. She even says that if you look through the holes, it can help you see into the future. Huh. It's for good luck. I like lotus root. Maybe later you can cook it and... Thanks for this. I'm gonna have some right now. Oh my! Kinda tough though. You can't eat it raw, but thank you for the enthusiastic try. Oops, if she didn't think me weird before, she will now. I'm gonna calm down. Apollo! I'm sorry I'm late. Hi, Athena. Junie, I didn't know you were coming today. Did you come to cheer Apollo on? Oh, I get it. You sly little thing, you. Athena, stop! Quit kidding around, Athena. The trial's about to start any second. Is everything all set? Oh, Apollo. Apollo. When will you ever figure it out? Figure out what? Wow, that was the longest sigh I've ever heard. Oh, who are you? This is it. It's all over for me. You're gonna find me guilty. Who's this? Our client? This is our client, one Mr. Solomon Sol Starbuck. He's a very famous astronaut who happens to be an acquaintance of mine. You wouldn't know it right now, but he's usually a very upbeat and driven person. The scene of the crime this time happened to be the Cosmos Space Center. Back in high school, my best friend and I went there almost a little too much. But that's where we met Mr. Starbuck. We'd asked about space travel and he'd launched the story after story with so much passion. Back in those days, the man was 100% my hero. But what about now, though? Are you sure you're okay with being my lawyer, Apollo? Of course, I'm sure. I know you, Mr. Starbuck. I know you're not the type to commit murder. Thanks, but... I was supposed to be in space right about now. He's so depressed, it almost seems like an act. The launch getting called off must have been a huge shock. I'll probably never get the chance to go into space again. Don't say that! Don't stop believing! Besides, you just have to go into space again. Yeah, I don't think I could face Clay in the afterlife if I just rotted away in a cell. Clay Terran. Ooh, handsome. I can't believe he was murdered. I mean, he was such a promising astronaut under your command. Yeah, he was a good guy. I was there to pick me up when I was down. No one loved life as much as him, that's for sure. He was always so full of energy, telling me, "You're fine, Mr. Starbuck." How could something like this happen to a guy like him, huh? Never seen Mr. Starbuck so down. Clay's gone, and I'm going to prison. I wish I could burn up like a shooting star right now. Mr. Starbuck, you'll be fine. What is it? What's with the yelling? I'll get to the bottom of this today. You'll see. And in exchange, I want you to go back into space for you and Clay. Promise? Does that mean you have lots of evidence to prove my innocence? Oh, well, about that. We didn't get to investigate the area as much as I'd have liked, thanks to the police. I'm done for. I'm a goner. Everybody thinks I did it. Thought I was gonna soar like a comet, but I'm just gonna crash like a meteorite. No, don't say that, Mr. Starbuck. Don't count yourself out yet. I know it's hard to lose a teammate, but you've got to keep going. And what about you, Apollo? Widget is sad, look. What about me? I was just thinking, wasn't Clay your best friend? Oop. We need to focus on the trial right now. Are you all ready to go? Apollo. The trial is about to begin. If the defense would please proceed into the courtroom. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is one trial I can't afford to lose. For Clay's sake and our clients, I will find Clay's killer. Meow, meow, meow. All right. Court is now in session for the trial of Solomon Starbuck. The defense is ready, Your Honor. What's wrong with your eye? Excuse me, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor. What happened to your eye? I'm fine! The defense is ready, Your Honor. Bintitan. Are you sure? I don't... He tried to look through the lotus root. I'm fine, Your Honor. The defense is ready. I'm sorry, Your Honor. It's been like this since yesterday. He keeps insisting it's just a sigh. Yeah, that's what I said, Bintitan. I suppose it's something he doesn't want to discuss. Maybe he's entering a touchy age. Very well, and the prosecution? The prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence.
Not yet. I'm... not quite ready yet. Yo, why is my AC making a sputtering noise? The prosecution is now ready. Oh. Hi, Taka! Well, it didn't take him long this time. It's kind of like that meme, you know. I'm free, unshackled. What's up with Black Quill? Now then, I shall give the opening statement.
Silence.
I'll do it. You will? What an unexpected surprise! This time, I can't leave it to anyone else. I see. Something is off with the two of you today. Maybe. Kimi no na wa? You both seem different somehow. Very well, Prosecutor Blackquill. Your opening statement, if you would. It was just yesterday. The crimes in question occurred at the Cosmos Space Center. Oh, that famous federal research facility of all things related to astrology, right? Astronomy? It's astronomy. Anyway, a rocket was set to launch from there. It's the GAT Space Center. But at 9:28 a.m., before they could even move the rocket to the launch site, Wanjwai Maguk. 2 explosive devices were detonated and the launch was cancelled. My word, 2 bombs? How dreadful. The defendant in today's trial is charged with both the bombing and with murder. One Mr. Solomon Starbuck, for whatever inane reason, oh sorry. I recognize that name. Isn't he that famous astronaut? Sorry. He detonated a bomb on the rocket he himself would be in. Correct, your baldness. Mr. Starbuck was the pilot of the HAT-1 rocket 7 years ago. As you may recall, despite some interstellar trouble, his mission was a success. Some say it was a miracle he returned alive. I suppose you could say he's a living legend. Oh, I remember now. He's become something of an international celebrity, right? I guess. They even turned that incident into a movie and everything. Mankind's hope for the future. I've got to make it back alive. The Hati miracle. Come along on a captivating space odyssey that will take your breath away. We've got a real space pioneer in court today. But even heroes stumble from their lofty heights. Returning to the subject at hand. Ah, yes, the victim was one Mr. Clay Terran, a subordinate of the defendant. Indeed, a loyal disciple brutally stabbed to death by his mentor. Stabbed to death, you say? You mean his death wasn't a result of bombing? Correct, despite his lofty dreams. The victim was seen as an interloper by the defendant. What does that mean? And so he was sent not into space, but to the afterlife. Oh yeah, basically, to the universe which we mortals cannot see. Clay. Clay Queen! I think I've heard enough. The case seems pretty clear-cut at this point. However, there's one thing I'm curious about. That metal box next to the witness stand. Oh! What purpose does it serve exactly? Since you asked so nicely, it's your coffin. What? Ah! Have mercy on me! It's evidence. Due to its immense size, we have little choice but to lay it where it rests now. We shall get to the contents of the box in due time. Phew, I feel like I just lost 50 years off of my life. Does he even have 50 years left? Inner monologue, Athena! Inner monologue! Enough jabbering. Bobby Fulbright's the name. In justice we trust. Ah, Detective Fulbright. Very well then. Please explain the details of this incident to the court if you would. Can we have BGM, please? I am so bored. Here we go. On it. First, take a look at this pamphlet for the Cosmos Space Center. In it, you'll find a diagram outlining the overall layout of the Space Center. Oh, here we are. For a more detailed look at what's on the left side of the building... Her inner bubble speech was mistakenly swapped. Oh my god, it's like the what? Oh, good morning, and then... it's like the good morning, and then you look hot today or something, but then it gets swapped. Gyak's a name hitting different now that I know about Gyat. Take a look at this cross-section that we, the police, have created. See the launch pad in the main building? The launch pad is the square building and the rounded structure is the main building, right? You got it. The incidents took place in launch pad 1 in the main building's lounge. I'll be using this diagram during my testimony. It'll make it easier to understand. Okay. Added to the court record. Awesome. Witness testimony. Hi. Just before the rocket was set to launch, 2 bombs went off. Boom, boom. Okay. One on the second floor of the Space Center's main building and one in launch pad 1. Okay. Thankfully, only the 2 astronauts were in launch pad 1 at the time. The 2 of them managed to make it back as far as the boarding lounge. But after the escape, one of the 2 was found stabbed to death. Okay. Huh. A murder on top of a bombing? Detective, the victim was already dead by the time you arrived at the lounge, correct? Yep. Thinking he'd sabotage this bombing, the defendant killed him right there in the rocket. Just look at this tragic photo. Let's see, what's that? What's on the right? Oh my, is that a knife in the victim's chest? I guess. Yes, Your Honor, it's the knife that cruelly ended this young man's dreams. We couldn't get any prints off of it, though, because the defendant was in his spacesuit. By the way, Detective Fulbright, why are the victim's helmet and right glove absent in this photograph? We had to remove them to identify him, Your Honor. I personally removed his gloves during the investigation. Okay. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity, after all. Yes, it would be very difficult to identify him without a face or fingerprints. It looks like a fruit knife. There's just one more thing I'd like to inquire about. What is this round thing next to the victim in this photo? Ah, yes. Something so important to the victim, he took it with him as he escaped the launch pad. A capsule that apparently contains asteroid samples. Well, obviously valuable for research purposes. It has no relation to this case. Are you sure? I see. So we know that the bomb in the main building was on the second floor. But where was the bomb that was in launch pad 1 located? The one was on the rocket itself. It was situated around the central part of the rocket. Apparently, the area around the launch pad's elevator was a sea of flames. Is it just me, or is it because I haven't played AA for a long time? But like, where's the BGM? I would like to submit this diagram report into the record. Are AA games always this quiet? The trial's just started and we're already in a bind. You get used to it. Besides, that's what a cross-examination is for, right? No, sometimes the BGM would turn on, but... What's the 2 astronauts were doing during the bombing? That'll be the key. Yeah, but... No, I mean, like, it's been so quiet. Just before the rocket was set to launch, blah, blah, blah.
Hold it!
How powerful were the explosions? Well, the one in the main building wasn't strong enough to bring the place down. But the room it went off in was burned black. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Due in large part, of course, to me stepping up to lead the evacuation. Wait, what were you doing there in the first place, Detective Fulbright? I'm Bobby Fulbright, hero of justice. I'll be there wherever and whenever people need my help. I'd go to the other side of the world or even the edge of the universe. I'm not sure he knows how far that actually is. But I guess I'll leave that one alone. Admirable decision, Justice Dono. Huh? What did you decide? Anyway, could you describe what it was like at the Space Center at that time? The bomb cut the power to the central bank of elevators and the third floor lounge. It was pitch black in there, I tell you. I think my brain's just not working right now. I'm gonna be honest, my brain's not really working. But let's hope the information is easy to absorb today. However, the security cameras and whatnot were running on emergency backup. And how did the evacuation go? I think it's just because we jumped in straight to trial and there's not enough like time to visualize everything. And suddenly they're bombarding us with like a lot of info and I'm having trouble like visualizing everything. And how did the evacuation go? I immediately and heroically whisked people down to the Space Center's basement shelter. The basement shelter? Yes, there's an emergency shelter beneath the Space Center. An emergency shelter, huh? And there it is, it's at the bottom of the diagram. The Space Center's pretty impressive to have its own shelter. Okay. Well, hopefully the text in the core record will help us. Uh-huh. There's tight security, but the bomb exploded anyways. The power outage and evacuation seem unrelated to the murder at this point. I guess I'll leave that aside for now. So there were 2 explosions in total, correct? Yep, that's right. One on the second floor of the Space Center's main building and one in the launch pad.
Hold it!
Let me get this straight. Mr. Starbuck rigged the rocket it was going to board with explosives? Chotto matte ne. I'm gonna get something. I'll be right back. Well, I think I do understand up to this point. His testimony is what matters, right? So basically there's 2 explosions that went off anyway, even though there's a lot of security. There's 2 on the left wing, there's one on the left wing, one on the right wing. The astronauts went to the right wing, but then when they arrived, well, oops, the other one died, BRB. Need to delete the brain fog. Excuse me. Okay, what are you talking about? If the defendant really did plant the bomb in his own rocket, he'd get caught in the explosion as well, yeah. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, so like I thought we were lost, but we are not really. Fine, a simpleton for a simpleton. Fulbright. the motive. Understood. The defendant actually had astrophobia. Oh, really? Okay, excuse me. I'm gonna take my vitamin. Yush. Astrophobia? Hold on. Ah! Wait. Oh, vitamins for space. Astrophobia? What's that? A fear of space, naturally. Just the thought of space can cause the afflicted to freeze up. And so, in its terror, the defendant found a way to stop the launch at the last minute. That's absurd! Unfortunately for you, we have evidence. Take a look at these. What are they? These anti-anxiety tablets were found among the defendant's possessions. Well, I mean, I don't know. Just because you have anti-anxiety tablets. Apparently, he was taking them in secret to quell his fears. There were a multitude of problems with the rocket Mr. Starbuck rode 70 years ago. Also, like he's traumatized. Rumor has it threatened to crash a number of times as well. That was, of course, very traumatic for Mr. Starbuck.
Objection!
But that doesn't mean he'd go so far as to blow up his own ship. Exactly, that's so wild.
Silence!
The defendant couldn't bear to mar his good name now, could he? No, not after the media had branded him sole Starbucks space pioneer extraordinaire. Given these conditions, the defendant could hardly run away like some base mutts. Mutts? What? So that's why you think he resorted to the bombing? Naturally. He constructed this act of sabotage in an attempt to blow up the space center. The thing is, how did he even get like the bomb stuff though? Which would effectively abort the launch, but spare his reputation. Like, he's been taking anxiety tablets in secret. Yeah, of course. But that doesn't really mean he's afraid of space, but maybe he is. I don't know. Now, I'm sure you understand why we have to bring justice down on this atrocious criminal. Thankfully, only the two astronauts were in launch pad 1 at the time.
Hold it!
So only the two of them know what happened. Are you sure it was only the two of them? It was just before the spaceship was set to launch, so of course it was only those two. Well, there could have been somebody else inside that rocket.
Silence!
The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Absurd doesn't mean impossible. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. Well, what if somebody can bypass it? And allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so. See? Not zero. A fingerprint recognition device? It sounds as futuristic and complex as a space center. Actually, it's not as amazing as you think, Your Honor. Take a look at this photo. This is the door in the lounge with the fingerprint lock. Only personnel whose fingerprints are registered can pass through. Oh. Well, what if somebody borrows somebody else's body? I see, that is very different from what I had in mind. And is there a record of the number of people that passed through that door yesterday? Yes, there were only 3. The defendant, the victim, and... you? The director of the Space Center, Yuri Cosmos. Then that's him. Then doesn't that mean it's possible that the director is the one who did it? Exactly, man. Not a chance. He was in the main building when the bombs exploded at 9 to 8. Well, maybe it's remote. Doing his job directing the launch. Besides having an alibi, he has no motive for committing these senseless acts. He has a point. I guess the director can't be considered a suspect then. Really? You gonna give up just like that? Okay. Two of them managed to make it back as far as the boarding lounge. So while it would appear that the pair barely escaped with their lives, in actuality, one of them had already been murdered inside the rocket. That's the angle the prosecution wants to push, correct? You got it. In fact, that's what I've been trying to say this whole time. If the victim had been alive, he would have for sure tried to stop the bombing. Is there any chance Mr. Terran could have been killed before he boarded the rocket? They were both alive and well at the boarding time and embarked under their own power. Their hearts full of hopes and dreams of space. And then both of their hopes and dreams were dashed. If I may continue my explanation, after the evacuation order was given, the defendant made his escape, carrying the victim to make it look like a rescue. But after the escape, one of the two was found stabbed to death.
Hold it!
And who was the first to find the victim? Actually, there were two of them. The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candice Arm. Oh, wait, wasn't she there in the first case? Candice Arm. Okay, yeah, Detective Arm specializes in bombings, you see? She and the director were ordering the evacuation following the explosion. They were also worried about the astronauts, so they hurried over to the boarding lounge. That's when they discovered the victim along with the defendant. Two witnesses, huh? And one of them is a detective. I doubt either one would have anything to say that would help me. Okay, I think that pretty much covers the details of this case. Only the victim and the defendant were on the launch pad when the former was killed. Where were you when Clay was killed? If this is the truth, then only Mr. Starbuck could have carried out this crime. What little I could get out of him only hurt my case. Okay. Huh, Justice Dono, foolish is the warrior who rushes headlong into battle. Preparation is an essential element of battle, so I advise you to take a gander at this. What is it? Footage from security camera as the two astronauts emerge from the bowels of the Launchpad 1 corridor. Oh, what's that 50 say? 50 or 05? The boarding security camera captured their desperate escape. But there's no knife on the thingy. Now I would direct your attention to what the defendant is shouldering, which you can see is none other than the lifeless body of the victim. But there's no knife. What? Wait. Order, I say. This lines up exactly with what the prosecution has been asserting. I should have known Blackwell would have something like this ready. Hello. How exactly did they determine that Clay was already gone in that footage? Ah, I see what you mean. Whether Clay was still alive at that point is pretty crucial. Your Honor, please take another look at the footage. Isn't it possible that Mr. Terran was still alive here and that Mr. Starbuck was helping him? Why, I believe you're right. One man carrying the other to safety? What a beautiful expression of friendship.
Silence!
Perhaps that's what it looks like to a one-eyed hothead and a dotard. But it only makes sense if it's the victim's dead body. What do you mean? Fulbright, explain it to Justice Dono. You got it. Ready, kid? If the murder had occurred in the lounge, someone could have spotted it. Anyone can enter the lounge, after all. But doing it while they were alone in the spaceship? That's a horse of a different color. But then it's so dumb, because, like, there's no other suspects.
Objection!
But you can't deny that there's a possibility the murder could have happened in the lounge. All that video shows is a man helping his fellow astronaut out.
Silence!
Your assertion is based on emotion. It's based on your belief that Mr. Starbuck would surely help his own disciple. But you have no logical explanation as to why the victim could still be alive. Yes, I do. I think. Unfortunately, Mr. Justice, the prosecution is right. I don't know where my phone is. Oh, in my pocket. Their argument is lacking in sound logic. But it sounded perfectly logical to me. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further objections, I believe it's time to bring this cross-examination to a close. Objections? Well, Hold it! Oh. Hold it! Yay! Your Honor, the defense requests little time to think and regroup. Like, why do we have to prove that he's not dead? Given the facts, I'm not sure I see the need. What is it, Athena? It's just... there's something that's been bothering me. If it isn't the defense stalling for time, as always. Very well. I'm feeling generous. You may have a small measure of time. Yes! You have 5 seconds? 5 seconds? After that, I declare this cross-examination to be closed and a verdict to be rendered. Your baldness, raise your gavel high. It's time for a countdown. Oh. Ready? We don't have time! Spit it out, Athena! Only 3 more seconds. Gah! Look, I don't think the prosecution's explanation is very complete. Yeah, that's what I think too. Meaning? Meaning there's something missing. Like they conveniently left it unexplained. Something they didn't explain? Something they didn't explain? Ah, you're right. I think I know what you're talking about. What? Your 5 seconds are up, Mr. Eustace. Is there anything about the prosecution's argument that you would like to rebut? Yes, Your Honor. Actually, there is. There's something the prosecution has yet to make clear to this court. Well, if you put it that way... What is that the prosecution has failed to explain? What? The motive? What's the motive? The motive he explained, like, oh, he has to fail why he was moved? Didn't they say the motive? Because, like, oh, he has anxiety. It's like, he has anxiety, so he wanted to fail. He wanted the launch to fail, but he has to kill his friend, so his plan works. So I guess... Why the body was moved, I guess? But I guess the body was moved is because he wanted to... They have failed to explain why Mr. Starbuck would bother bringing the body back at all. If the defendant wanted to kill the victim, why didn't he just leave his body in the rocket? Why go through the trouble of bringing him all the way back to the boarding lounge? Oh, that's true. I don't think we've heard the prosecution's thoughts on that yet. That's because they have none, Your Honor. They have no brain, no thinking, no brain cells. After all, how does one explain something so illogical? The prosecution is claiming that the defendant moved the victim's dead body. But what if the entire premise of that argument is wrong? And let's hear your theory, Mr. Justice. The defense proposes that the defendant didn't kill the victim. He was helping him. Fulbright, explain it for our sad friend here before I nod off to his monotone monologue. Inform him exactly why Space Boy moved the victim. Huh? They've got to be joking. It's simple. Mr. Starbuck did what he did to direct suspicion away from himself. He wanted to create the impression that he heroically risked his life to save his partner. That's why he made sure to make it the security camera so there would be a record. I'm gonna kecilin the fan speed. At the very least, he appears to have achieved success with you and the old man. Ah! One man carrying the other to safety. What a beautiful expression of friendship. The average person wearing a spacesuit weighs easily over 200 pounds. Saving the life of a partner who weighs as much while trying to escape deadly flames? What a dramatic sob story fit for the silver screen. Indeed, I was complete. That means you would let your partner die? Indeed, I was completely taken in by the humanity of the story. You see, yet the true ending is that all traces of his hammy act were meant to be blown up. Yes, and we arrive at the thrilling conclusion. There's a third explosion?! Objection! What are you talking about? There was no third explosion!
Silence!
Indeed, you are correct. But that is thanks to Detective Arm. It was she who identified and secured the bomb. However, it doesn't change the fact that the third bomb was discovered in the lounge. The steel coffin beside the witness stand. That would be a bomb transport case. Ah, yes, we talked about that. We used that to transport the deactivated bomb here. It was found in the lounge. A bomb in the form of a most distasteful toy. Oh god. What? One on the second floor of the main building, one on the launch pad, and one in the lounge. The defendant planned to set off 3 firework displays. Fortunately, the third was discovered before it could be detonated, for had it not, the victim's body and other vital evidence would surely have been immolated.
Objection!
Gah! Before you utter a word, know that the evidence supports me. Ugh. It's like he's reading my mind. Hold on, give me a second. Let me... Okay, there we go. Test. Excuse me. Okay. It's like he's reading my mind. As it is still undergoing forensic investigation, I do not have the evidence on hand. However, know that a peculiar item was found in one of Mr. Starbuck's pockets. Specifically, a bomb detonation switch. You found what? I suspect the defendant had no time to destroy such damning evidence. When the Space Center director and Detective Arms stumbled across the murder. So he thought to hide it in his pocket. Feeble brain that he is. Ugh. No! Mr. Starbuck would never do anything like that. Ew. Justice Dono, open your eyes and see the truth. This appears to be irrefutable evidence then that the accused set off the explosions. No. There has to be some kind of mistake. This can't be the truth. Still can't accept it. You'll believe in your client, come what may. Then why don't you cross-examine the defendant himself? Oh. This has got to be a trap. It's like Blackwell's controlling the entire game. Yeah, it seemed like he was waiting for me to bring up the body moving issue. Why do you say that? because he had just the right argument when I pointed it out. And to really rub it in, he had a decisive piece of evidence up his sleeve too. He was trying to shake my faith in Mr. Starbuck and break me down. Then, making you cross-examine Mr. Starbuck at this point was part of his plan too? Totally underhanded, but I wouldn't expect anything less from him. Now, let us hear from the arch-villain, the fiendish murderer himself. Famed astronaut, Solomon Starbuck. Witness your name and occupation, please. Solomon Starbuck, astronaut. How did this happen? Mr. Starbuck, you aren't looking very well. Will you be able to give testimony? No. Well, unfortunately, no is not an option. You are being accused of the Space Center bombing and the murder of Clay Terran. Please testify to these allegations. Mind if I take the suit off? It's getting really heavy.
Silence!
It's not the weight of the suit that you feel, but of your sins. Prepare to carry that weight for the rest of your life. Banish me to the moon. I don't care anymore. Wow, that was super negative. Is he going to be alright up there? He'll be fine, I think. As long as he doesn't totally give up and say he did it, that is. All I did was support Clay over my shoulder and get us out of the rocket. Like always. I took the elevator down to the middle level and headed for the corridor. Clay had passed out by the time we got the order to evacuate. I didn't kill Clay. I was trying to save him. So you assert you didn't set off the bombs or murder the victim? But I bet you think I'm lying, right? I reserve all judgment until after I heard your full testimony. I'm sure you don't believe me. I bet you don't even believe I'm an astronaut. I don't think the judge doubts that. Who wear a suit like that except an astronaut? I will say that when I saw you in that movie, you appeared quite courageous. Though I suppose reality never quite lives up to fantasy. Oof! I guess I'm just a big disappointment. I really don't care what happens anymore. Oh no, he's completely given up! What a depressing fellow. If he were to join me in the clink, I imagine that annoying sighing of yours would rub off on the other inmates. Like how it rubbed off on Prosecutor Blackwell a second ago. Huh? That was Blackwell sighing? Mr. Starbuck's testimony contains a glaring contradiction. The question is, what does it mean? Even if Mr. Starbuck is my client, I can't be gun-shy now. It's time to find out the truth. Let's go. Let's try.
Hold it!
Hold it! So what you're saying is that the victim was still alive at that time? Of course! He was alive and well!
Silence!
If so, then you admit you took a man who was alive and well, and silenced him permanently with this? What? No! Black hole confirmed dead ahead! Ah! It's no good, Captain. I'm getting locked in!
Objection!
Oh my god, what is wrong? Mr. Starbuck, you are not in space! Please give your testimony seriously. It was just nerves, but maybe I shouldn't have said he was alive and well. It was more like he was slumped over. Those are complete opposite ends of the spectrum! Like always, I took the elevator down to the middle level and headed for the corridor.
Hold it!
Is that the elevator inside the launch pad area? That's right. He always used it to get to and from the cockpit. That makes sense, so he was just using the route he always used. In spite of the fact that there had just been an explosion. Huh? I think Mr. Starbuck is hiding something. Something pretty big! Clay had passed out by the time we got the order to evacuate.
Hold it!
Passed out? Why was he passed out? Probably because of the explosion. The noise and vibration were incredible. It's little wonder a person would pass out, right? I guess. Not that I know. Ah! I've been hit by space debris! The main engine's on fire! It's gonna blow! Ah! He has, like, trauma from here, huh? Yes, I see. I guess it doesn't make sense that someone would pass out. It does make sense, sorry. Especially if the person in question is Mr. Starbuck. Anyway. I didn't kill Clay, I was trying to save him.
Hold it!
Don't worry, I understand. I'll make sure everything turns out alright. Wait, why is the AC not turning on? But everyone's glaring at me like I did it. Apollo, you have to reassure him better than that. And how am I supposed to do that? Try to imagine how he's feeling and use that to figure out how to boost his confidence. Mr. Starbuck, think back to what Clay used to always say. Times like these when he would repeat, "I'm fine," to himself. I'm fine? Yeah, I guess he did say that a lot. But even if I shout it, Clay will still be dead. What's the use? Could somebody please reassure me now? Polo, there's something strange about Mr. Starbuck's testimony. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. There's a glaring contradiction. I just wonder why it's there and what it means for our case. Well, it doesn't look like it's lying, at least. I guess I'll have to show some evidence. Alright. Okay, so he was from the upper level, middle level. Yeah, because, like, the explosion sparked a fire on the... Because there was a fire in the middle level, then why would you go here? Yeah. Because, like, there's a fire in the middle level. Like, why? Well, that's so crazy. Right? Because, like, I don't understand. Like, yes, there's an elevator, yes. He was on the upper level. So, I'm saying he's on the upper level. He took the elevator down. Yeah. Yeah, it's like always, but... Yeah, like, near the elevator. Like, there's a fire there.
Objection!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mr. Starbuck, I need your testimony to be as accurate as possible. Like, you go down, like there's a fire near the elevator. He wouldn't have been able to go out or something. Was I not being accurate? No, because it's impossible for you to have taken the elevator down to the middle level. What makes you say that, Mr. Justice? Please recall where the bomb went off in launch pad 1. Also recall that after the explosion, the middle level elevator was engulfed in flames. Oh, you're right, which means... See, like, oh shoot, what the... Wait, why the elevator... Well, not the elevator... Why my AC always dead again? Exactly, the launch pad's elevator would have been unusable. In other words... Mr. Starbuck... your statement is decidedly inconsistent with the facts. Oh. What's with the helmet? Mission command, do you read me? Come in, please.
Objection!
This is mission command. I order you to pay attention. Stop this nonsense. Answer my questions, Mr. Starbuck. Ah! My helmet! Ah! My oxygen tank! Oxygen concentration and body temperature declining. Requesting medical assistance. Yeah! Oh my goodness. He's gonna die, guys. He's gonna die. Mr. Starbuck, we are not in space right now. Yeah, oh my god, what did I accidentally press? The AC just turned off automatically. Did I do something? I was turning it on and off. And I was like changing the fan speed or something. But I returned it. But I don't know. Mr. Starbuck, we are not in space right now. It was fine. I kept like turning it on and off because it was too cold, right? But I don't know. Please stop pretending you have lost consciousness and stand back up. I apologize, Your Honor. I forgot I was still on Earth. I feel like we had just all got a real glimpse of Solomon Starbuck, the astronaut. He seemed more like an astronaut now than when he was doing all that sighing. Hold on. It's not doing anything. It's making a weird noise. It's doing a weird noise. It's so scary. Yep, and then it's closing again. I think I might have needed checked. The AC is really old, actually. I think it's just like, honestly, it's been so old. I think it's like old and outdated, and I think it needs to be cleaned or like replaced, not even cleaned. He seemed more like an astronaut now than when he was doing all that sighing. Like, I think, like, it's literally already, like, very, very old, and it needs to be replaced, but I think, like, I don't know. I don't think I can just, like, do that, decide to do that, you know, because the timer is off, but, yeah, I think I will need to, like, call whoever's in charge. I feel like the solution is to change the AC. Because it's been like... This AC is a really outdated model. Oh! I hear AC wind. Mr. Starbuck, could you please explain the inconsistency in your statement? about how you use the middle level elevator. I'm hearing the same noise though, the same breaking noise. I was nervous and said the wrong thing. I'm sorry. I think the AC is very confused. I actually took a different route, I think. Okay, so yeah, it's turning off again. It's turning off again. I don't know what's up. A different route? Is it older than you? I guess. I hope you're able to deliver a straight story this time. I'll get it right this time. Maybe. No, I mean probably. Probably? It's understandable to be nervous, but let me remind you, accuracy is paramount in court. Let's see, my escape route. What I said before was a mistake. I remember now, I took a different route. Maybe, probably... With the capsule and clay in my arms, I made my way down from the upper level. So you're saying you escaped without using the elevator? That's right! There's a ladder that spans the upper and middle levels. I used that ladder to get to the middle level. Luckily, the fire hadn't reached the ladder, so we could make our escape that way. And the capsule you mentioned, you mean the thing next to Mr. Cheranir? Was the capsule that important that you'd risk your life to take it with you? It almost goes without saying, but yeah, that capsule contains asteroid samples. Therefore, it's invaluable as research material. With his spacesuit on, Clay weighed a ton, but securing the castle was also important. Maybe he just like rolled Clay downstairs. I need you to answer to the best of your ability. Mr. Starbuck, please remember that your verdict is riding on your testimony. Maybe I'm guilty after all. I wonder if you can see the stars in prison. Bet it's more comfortable than a spaceship. Damn. Let's see, my escape route, what I said before was a mistake. I remember now, I took a different route, maybe, probably. With the capsule and clay in my arms, I made my way down from the upper level.
Hold it!
How could you mistake such a basic fact? Hey, everybody makes mistakes, but try thinking about the vastness of space instead. From Earth, it takes 4 light years to travel from our nearest neighboring star. So you see, compared to the vast expanse of space, human error is insignificant. And we should consider it just a little more significant than 0. Is it hot in ID today? It's hot every day! The average temperature is like 30 degrees Celsius or something. It's so ass. Enough jabbering, get on with your testimony. I remember now. I took a different route, maybe, probably.
Hold it!
Maybe? Probably? Did I hear you right, Mr. Starbuck? I didn't say either of those things. Mission control, come in, please. An error has occurred in the sound system. Activate the emergency tin can telephone. Oh, no! The tin can telephones are ineffective in a vacuum of space.
Silence!
Stop this nonsense or I will sever you and your tin can telephone. Alright, I'm begging you. I'll tell the truth. Just don't sever anything. Apollo, is he going to be alright? starting to think he's not... let's see. So, about when we were running away... Di Sumbar udah mau seminggu hujan terus, buset. Tapi walaupun hujan tuh kayak suka nggak dingin gitu loh kadang. Even though it's raining, it's not even cold. It just adds like the humidity. The castle and Clay, I made my way up to the upper level. The upper level of the launch pad area. That's right, that's what I said, isn't it? Granted that route does exist. So to recap, you had Clay over your right shoulder and the capsule in your left hand. So how would you what? You go down with your teeth or what? Yeah, it's really important, so I couldn't let it get burned up. So even though Clay was really heavy, I couldn't afford to carry him with both hands. I did the best I could with him over one shoulder and the capsule in my other hand. I don't think the meaning of what he just said has hit him yet. You know what you have to do with that statement. Justice Dono? Yes, I know. Well, I've come this far. No turning back now. It's time to present some evidence. So Mr. Starbuck escaped with Clay in the capsule, which means... It's just like in the footage. I can see why he couldn't run, though. He must have weighed over 200 pounds just by himself. Yeah, and he had to support Clay, who was another 200 pounds. Plus, he had to ensure the safety of that capsule. I don't think I could have even walked under those circumstances. Walking straight forward is probably about all I would have been able to manage. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. With the capsule and Clay in my arms, I made my way down from the upper level. Huh? I don't know what to present. I don't know what to present. Like, I know, like, it doesn't make sense, but like, which evidence to present? Can you do profiles? No, we can't. Or maybe the door? No, the power allows to function even when the power goes out. Attempts to use print recognition are also recorded. Ladder?
Objection!
Okay. Mr. Starbuck, why don't you just tell the truth? The truth? Let's see. The Earth is blue? No, that's not right. So, I guess the Earth isn't blue? Yeah, that's it. The truth, Mr. Starbuck. Ah! The oxygen concentration is super low in this area! Prepare the emergency oxygen tanks! Oh. Mr. Justice, the witness appears confused. Please help draw the truth from him. Oh my god, why is that my job? I guess it is my job, huh? Okay. Mr. Starbuck, under the circumstances at the time, you couldn't possibly have reached the boarding lounge via the upper level route. Huh? Not as long as this was along the escape route. Sorry, what? What were you saying? Oh, yeah. The ladder?
Take that!
To get down from the upper to the middle level where the Launchpad 1 corridor is, you would have to go down the ladder. Isn't that right, Mr. Starbuck? Oh, of course! That was the only way we could escape.
Objection!
But how would that work? At the time, you were supporting Mr. Terran over your shoulder, were you not? And remember, he was in full space gear as well, putting him at over 200 pounds. Oh! Well, it's easy on the moon. Gravity is only 1/6 of what it is on Earth.
Objection!
But the Space Center is located on Earth. Short of being an octopus, climbing a ladder with an adult male in space gear in one arm, while carrying the capsule in your other is impossible, wouldn't you say? Oh. So, Mr. Starbuck, how exactly did you climb down that ladder with your arms full? I just rolled them downstairs. Ah! I just dropped them. I'm sorry. Mr. Starbuck, come clean and tell us the truth. Now! Ah! Maybe, yeah, really using his teeth. Engineer! Where's that engineer? Oxygen leak detected due to faulty maintenance. Evacuate immediately! What the? He's flying the coop. Ah! Help! I'm caught on the ceiling! Help? Anyone? Bailiff, prepare the cherry picker. We must launch our rescue mission at once. That's one way to take off while being questioned. I'd rather prove his innocence so we can go to space again someday for real. Damn, okay. Just like my cat for real. Going up, and after he goes up to a tree, he's like, meow, can't get down. Now then, Mr. Starbuck, do you think you can keep your feet planted on the ground? Yes, I apologize for losing control. Are you ready to tell us the truth? Not that. Anything but that. What is going on? This isn't the Mr. Starbuck I know. Starbuck on the ground, Starbuck on your mind, jalani saja dengan mental baja. Witness! Yikes! Yes? I thought your story odd, but perhaps the inconsistencies can be explained as the result of a medical side effect. Are you gonna bring up the anti-anxiety meds now? No! Prosecutor Blackwell, please! Please don't talk about that! What are you talking about, Prosecutor Blackwell? What other medication? Didn't I already state that Space Boy is ironically terrified of going into space? That's why it took some precautions just before the launch. For you see, traces of this anti-anxiety drug were found in his system. What's wrong with anti-anxiety drugs? Or maybe but I remember. In this series I watched, so this girl was being asked like she if you're like an astronaut, you must not be like dependent on medications or like taking medication, something like that. So even though this girl had like mental issues or something, she stopped taking her medicine, and that's how she started like having hallucinations in space or something. Yeah, so basically if you're applying for like space program or like going into space, like you must not like be dependent on such things, I think. I'm not sure. Like very strict standards. I sense things are about to go nosedive. You got it all wrong. I told him during an investigation too. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear. Nothing? It was found in his system, but he doesn't remember taking it. How could that be? Somebody must have slipped them to me. But I guess maybe that's why I don't remember. Because of the side effects. Yeah, that's why I don't remember much about what really happened. What? What? Order in the court! We can't get any useful testimony out of him if he doesn't remember anything. Well, this certainly explains why his testimony kept changing. Why didn't he just tell me he couldn't remember? I guess he didn't want anybody to find out he was terrified of going into space. Maybe I really did do it. Which brings us to the answer of our original question. of how the witness climbed down the ladder with a dead body. It does? So what is it? A dead man feels no pain and makes no complaints, Justice Dono. So the body was simply dropped down. That's what I was saying. I'm sorry. Oh my, I see. And then the defendant could climb down with his free hand.
Objection!
Drop the body down? Who would do such a disrespectable thing? Besides, dropping the body down would leave marks on the body itself. No, because he's wearing a spacesuit. So you are capable of quick thinking. Yes, you are correct. Really? Oh, thanks? Ah! Huh? What's this? Oxygen? Is the oxygen tank from the victim's spacesuit. It's ruptured, and I'm sure you can figure out why. You can't be implying it ruptured when the defendant dropped the victim's body? I am, for they fracture easily when struck.
Objection!
Wow. Even if that's true, the tank's explosion and shrapnel would leave its mark on the body. Yet, according to the autopsy report, only the knife wound was found on the victim's body. You're clearly grasping at straws with this line of reasoning.
Silence!
A spacesuit isn't heavy for the sake of being heavy, Justice Dono. It includes the latest technological devices and is made of the fabric of tomorrow. This fabric is made to protect astronauts from the dangers of space. So falling a few Earth yards would hardly leave a mark on the wearer.
Objection!
Yeah. Then shouldn't it be impossible to stab someone through it as well? It should. And yet, through sheer coincidence, the knife slipped through a weak spot in the suit's structure and found its way to its target. Why are you... That's so convenient. What are the chances? You forget that our killer is an astronaut himself with knowledge of how the suits work. He's got me there. And now my argument has been proven. Space Boy killed the victim in the rocket and then dropped his body from the upper level. After climbing down, he shouldered the body and made sure the camera recorded them. There's no room for debates about these facts. It is clear that Solomon Starbuck is the only one who could have killed Clay Terran. Ah! Here, the report regarding the astronauts' oxygen tanks. Consider it my send-off gift. Feel free to use it as payment to cross the river Styx. No. No, the defendant has... Wasn't it 50? Hey, this report is pretty detailed. The display in the astronaut's left shoulder shows the oxygen remaining. After the incident, the victim's tank was ruptured and the remaining oxygen was 0. The tank is 80. Tanks are functioning. See, it says 50! Come on. I'm just thinking, like, it could be that he doesn't remember anything. I've been thinking this, like, a little while ago. Like, is it because the one who's carrying... he doesn't remember because is he the one who passed out or something? And Clay's the one carrying him? I've thought about this since, like, way earlier, but, well, I don't know if I'm wrong, but... I'm done for. I'm going to prison instead of space. Space boy. Yes? Take heart. The bejeweled in my ace attorney? Night sky is so beautiful even when viewed through bars. Yeah, Ace Attorney loves doing that kind of thing, right? You mean the stars as seen from prison? That's right. And it would make sense because, like, there's no way the oxygen would add, right? So it proves that if it's 50, there would be like Clay, and we can't see the other oxygen tank text. So yeah. That's right, your cell will be your spaceship. Picture the view through the iron bars. It's like being an astronaut in your own craft for all time. Hahaha, that's not a half bad thought. Mr. Starbuck? Prosecutor Blackwell got to him good. Spaceship prison cell, fly me, my guilt, and my despair into the deepest, darkest space. And then, let's get sucked into a black hole together!
Objection!
Mr. Starbuck, you can't give up hope! Oh, yes, Apollo. You know, Clay really looked up to you. He said you are an incredible man. He said you'd never give up your dreams and passion for space, no matter the situation. He said that? So don't give up now and help me prove your innocence. For the sake of the man who respected you and believed in you, Clay Terran. For Clay? Huh. You're wasting your breath. Rah! Rah! Ugh, why is he yelling? Why does it look like that? Thumbs up. Apollo, thank you. I can see things clearly now. Mr. Starbuck. I'm fine now. Thanks for reminding me of my life's mission. Right. We'll both be fine. I'll prove you're innocent. You'll see. And after that, we'll get you back into space. Rah! You've ignited the booster rockets of my soul! I'm on fire! I am Solomon Starbuck, astronaut, a cosmic hero chosen by the universe itself. Yeah, this is more like his usual self, because like Apollo was like, yeah, he's not usually like this. This is no time to whimpering and crying. I can let you and Clay down. Boulder Dash. The sun. The moon. All of space is calling me. Solomon Soul Starbuck. Ready for launch. Begin the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off! What is going on? Well, I feel like I've witnessed an actual rocket launch. Apollo, you did it! You broke Prosecutor Blackwell's grip over Mr. Starbuck. I can't take the credit. It was all Mr. Starbuck. He pulled himself through. If you simpletons are done massaging one another's egos, no matter how positive your mood, my advantage remains unshakable. I have but to wait for the final guilty verdict. Isn't that right, your boldness? I can't let up now. I have to stop Blackwell. I have to see this through. Mr. Starbuck just has to make it back to space. Aww. I won't allow Clay's dream to remain unfulfilled. I've got to destroy Blackwell's argument somehow. Think, Justice. Think! The only people at Launchpad 1 were Clay and Mr. Starbuck. And if Clay was already dead by the time this footage was taken, then the only person who could have killed him is Mr. Starbuck. But, so the only way to counter Blackwell's argument is if I can prove that Clay was still alive when they arrived at the boarding lounge. In which case, I should be able to find some contradiction in the evidence itself. Now let's see. About this data that we just received, this supposedly proved that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay's body in Launchpad 1. But if I'm going to prove that false, then there must be something I can use here. Enough of this farce, your boldness. Let's have your verdict.
Objection!
Prosecutor Blackwell, you seem to be in quite a hurry to rush the verdict. But about this oxygen tank data you submitted just now, it says that Mr. Starbuck's tank had 80% remaining while Mr. Terran's had 0. Do you stand by the accuracy of this report? Of course. Then I guess it simply means that it's faulty, as evidence goes. You will explain what you mean, Justice Dono. It's simple. This evidence contradicts the facts of this case. Take a look here at the detailed description and you'll see what I mean. I hope you have some evidence, Mr. Justice, because I don't see what's so contradictory. Of course you don't see it. You're far away. Come closer. Yes, Your Honor, right away. This is the evidence that the oxygen tank report stands in contradiction to. It's the photo. It's this one. Security camera video. And how does this evidence present a contradiction? The problem is this part here.
Take that!
Note the remaining oxygen in Mr. Starbuck's tank as he carries Mr. Terran. It appears to say 50. Yes, but according to the data, our client's tank had 80% remaining. The oxygen in the tank is increased? I see Your Honor finds it as strange as I do. It's bad enough that there is a contradiction, but the increase in oxygen is beyond illogical. Oh my, you're absolutely right. What is going on here?
Silence!
I too find it odd that the oxygen remaining has increased. It would be as odd as if my rations were to increase. But what does that prove? It doesn't change the fact that it is the defendant carrying the victim's corpse.
Objection!
Give me a corpse. I'm going to bet you don't get more rations because you don't abide by the rules. Either way, the oxygen remaining shouldn't increase, just as your rations don't increase. Therefore, this new information is critical. We can't overlook it.
Silence!
In that case, do you have an answer to this riddle of the mysteriously increasing oxygen? You'd better not disappoint, or I'll declare the inconsistency as mere equipment malfunction. Prosecutor Blackwell has a point. I suppose it could be a simple malfunction. Mr. Justice, if you cannot provide an adequate counter-argument to this point, rations. I'm afraid I must bring this trial to an end. So, do you think you can explain why the remaining oxygen level increased? Well, of course I can! The thing to do at a time like this is turn my thinking around. Yeah, you should flip the chessboard or whatever they say. As they say. Mr. Starbuck had no memory of it, but he claims to have carried clay. So this man with the 50 on his tank ought to be Mr. Starbuck. No. But if anything, the display on his oxygen tank should have shown an 80. This is a clear contradiction between the report and the security footage. So what I should be asking is not, why did the oxygen level increase? But what had to have happened to make it look like it increased? Am I making some kind of mistake in my base assumptions here? Well, Mr. Justice, we're waiting. Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready to answer. This is why the remaining oxygen appears to have increased. The victim was carrying the defendant. What if it was the other way around? The other way around? Would you care to explain, Mr. Justice? Yalla. As you can see, Your Honor, both men had their helmets on in this footage. But it turns out, this is where our base assumptions went astray. We assumed that it was Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Terran. But it was the other way around. It wasn't Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Terran at all. It was Mr. Terran who was helping Mr. Starbuck to the boarding lounge. It was what? Bang, bang, bang. Order, order, Mr. Justice! You mean to tell me that the person on the right in this image is the victim, Clay Terran? That's the only way that the riddle of the increasing oxygen level can be solved, Your Honor. At this point in time, the remaining oxygen in the victim's tank was at 50%. And when that victim was found in the boarding lounge, his tank was at 0%. That's right! There's nothing contradictory about the oxygen level decreasing. This means Mr. Terran was alive as they made their escape to the lounge.
Silence!
Huh. How short your memory is. Have you forgotten what you yourself proposed? Even if the victim was alive at this point in time, how did he descend the ladder with his arms full?
Objection!
Maybe he's built different. Prosecutor Blackwell, you can't hurt me with a broken blade. Sheesh! Excuse me? It's true that we do not know how they got down the ladder. I suppose that matter needs further investigating. But we have proven that Mr. Terran was alive when he reached the boarding lounge. Exactly, that's what matters. We can stall now. This fact alone shatters your claims and opens up the possibility that the victim could have been killed by a third party. Gah! Ooh. There were two people who claimed to be the first on the scene. But can we truly trust their statements? Let's see. The two people were Detective Candace Arm and Yuri Cosmos, right? Third party kill? You think that one of them might have given a false statement to the police? Could be. Yes, it's certainly possible. We might have to do a little more digging. Seems we'll have to hear the testimony of these first two people on the scene. Score! Come to think of it, Detective Arm should be here in court right now. Bailiff, could you please show Detective Arm to the stand? Oh. Oh. Angin, ini si Tetonate. I have an announcement, everyone. What's the meaning of this? We're in the middle of a trial here. But please remain calm and listen carefully. Someone has reactivated the bomb. It's you stupid. The bomb was defused, but it's about to explode. Explode? Everybody run! I don't want to die! Oh no, everybody's panicking.
Silence!
Headless chickens with a death wish, the lot of you. Calm yourselves for all else. Come on, Apollo, let's get out of here. What about Mr. Starbuck's dream? And who will carry out Clay's final wish? I don't care what happens to me. I'm not letting some bomb blow the truth up forever. Oh. I refuse to let things end here. Apollo, this is no time to be dramatic. If we don't get out of here now, we're gonna die. Come on, this way. Hey, ouch, let me go. Apollo! Juniper? She hasn't evacuated yet? Ah! Juniper! Are you alright? Apollo, no! Not that way! Oh. And then this continues to the first case. Bro, don't die, please. To be continued. Yes, let's continue. In the middle of the Space Center bombing trial, we had another bombing incident. This one destroyed courtroom number 4. Rip Candy's arm! Candy's arm died here, right? In the first case, she was like rubbled off. Or like, okay, wait, like actually killed. Yeah, she died before this. Yeah, when... Furthermore, Apollo suffered massive injuries from being there when the bomb went off. Yeah, I guess that happens. Wait, I'm trying to eat. Unfortunately, Juniper Woods was fingered as the courtroom bomber. Athena and I knew she had to be innocent, so we took her case on. That's why the stream URL has UB on it, because she was fingered as the culprit. Athena and I knew she had to be innocent, so I took her case on. We managed to clear Miss Wood's name. But Apollo sustained further injuries. No! When he was attacked by Tetanate. Yeah, he was the bad guy in the first case. Widget's sad. Apollo is a tough guy, but this is taking its toll on him. Yeah, poor guy. Being attacked by Tony like that on top of all his other injuries. Hold on. Apollo is resting at the nearby Hickfield Clinic. No, not that one! I had some experience with that place myself. What an awful turn of events. I never thought he'd land in the hospital of all places. You must miss him too, huh? Not that you don't have anybody to tease. Aww. Don't worry, he's young. He'll heal quickly and be back before you know it. It's been a while since I last saw Trucy look so down. We won a court case, yet nobody feels much like hell raging. Alright, enough of this, people! This is no time to be moping around. Now dry those eyes, both of you! You're the only one who's crying, Athena. Technicalities, look, we have work to do. We have to take over. Take over what exactly? Apollo Space Center case, of course. As no verdict's been reached, there's still a chance. I agree with Athena. We should pick up Mr. Starbuck's defense. We have to avenge our fallen comrade. Right, Daddy? Apollo hasn't exactly fallen. He's still alive, you know? Good. Now that that's settled, let's get going. Come on, we gotta run. Wait, right now? We better not be running the whole way. There she goes. I better go catch up. Can you take care of the office, Trucy? Sure thing, Daddy. Let's be careful out there. In the meantime, I'm going to bake some cookies and fill up my magic panties for you. Trucy seems to be feeling a little better. I can always count on Athena to perk everybody up with her enthusiasm. Oh, she's back. Don't mind me, just forgot a few things. Wallet, phone, the documents, my bag. Sounds more like you forgot everything. I can always count on Athena for that too. Alright, you two, let's be careful out there. Yay! So our client is one Solomon Starbuck. He's so famous, even I've heard of him. I'm eating this mixed like jelly thing with ice cream. That's right! He's a super famous astronaut who works at the Cosmos Space Center. The GYAXA. GYAXA, ito singkatan niya, Gyat Raksasa. Meaning giant gap. He was actually up in outer space 7 years ago. You seem to know quite a bit about him. No, I'm all excited to meet the man. Wow, that was the longest sigh I've ever heard. Apollo told me all about you. You're Phoenix, right? Apollo's mentor, right? Yeah, that's right. Mentor has a nice ring to it. Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Starbuck. Mr. Wright and I got you covered. And you're the new kid that Apollo told me about. Wait! Don't I know you from somewhere? Huh? You mean other than your trial? No, I don't think so. Interesting. I guess so. My mistake. Long size implies he has large lungs. Wait, everybody sigh with me! How long do I have to sigh? Oh no. Okay, my mistake. My memory isn't what it used to be. Pikun anjir nih orang. My mind and body are kaput. Same goes for my life. I mean, I'm so astronomically unlucky that I had a bomb go off in the middle of my trial. Trying to defend me would be like trying to enter the stratosphere without a spacecraft. Yikes. He's seriously gotta stop depressing himself. Cheer up, Mr. Starbuck. Besides, that thing you said about entering the stratosphere, that just means we'd shine like shooting stars, right? I remember when I was a kid, I watched this anime in the cable TV. It's called Stratus 4. It's about like these girls who wanted to go to space. There were 2 space animes that I watched. One of them was Twin Spica, and the other was Stratus 4. I already forgot about both stories, but when I play this case, it just reminds me of those 2 things. Like Stratus 4, as Stratos and then the number 4. Maybe it's because there's 4 girls. I don't even remember how many girls were there. I also can't remember anything about it. Wait, I wanna look up the wiki and be like, what's it about? The other one was Twin Spica. I know it's about this little girl who gets enrolled in this space program, and he has like his lion guy best friend. It's like a guy with like a lion head, and then in the space program he meets like it's the 3 of them. It's 3 girls. Stratus 4 watch along. I don't even know where you can watch it these days. I watched it on cable TV back then. Yes, but you remember the titles? Yes, I do. Yes. Was it good? I don't remember. I remember I like Twin Spica's opening. Like shooting stars. You know, you're right. Why didn't I think of that? Remember the show but not the plot. Exactly. After all, that's what we were all put on this earth to do, right? To shine like stars. Stratus 4's premise sounds interesting. Can you tell me what it is? Just off the wiki, fine. Guess I should have mentioned the fact that shooting stars burn out in a flash. Oh, Stratus 4 was a collide with the JSDF? Oh. Ah, yeah, here we go. 3, 2, 1. To the stratosphere and beyond! Yeah, I feel alive now. You can go ahead and ask me anything you want. Is that really all it takes? There was also this anime that I liked called Salty Ray. It was also on the same cable TV. I think like I don't know. Soul Theory was like an anime I liked, had a banger opening as well, but I feel like outside the people who watch the cable TV, though, many people knew about it for some reason. Yeah, Salty Ray. And then there was this anime called Kino's Journey or something, but it was too mature for me at that time. I was basically too baby to be able to enjoy it. There was also something like Haibane Renmei or something, and that was also like nice, but also I was too young to be able to enjoy it. So you have no memory of all of the incident? Haibane Renmei is like a little emo and mature, right? Like the themes. I remember I was like having trouble like following the plot because I'm like brain wear. I'm so ashamed. My memory of the time is as black and clouded as a dark nebula. Still, it's strange you don't remember a thing. Are you sure you didn't take one of those anti-anxiety pills like they said at the trial? I think maybe right now if I watch Haibane Reime I would like it, but I don't think, yeah. I watched it on TV, so I didn't know. I don't know where to watch now. You've got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation too. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medications, I swear. It is true I developed a fear of space because of what happened 7 years ago. And I was taking medication secretly every now and then when my anxiety got bad. I mean, that's the right thing to do, I feel like. Just don't raw dog the mental illness, yo. Having a fear of space is not something an astronaut can brag about, you know? Oh, the so-called Hati miracle? That must have been a terrifying experience. But I'm still an astronaut at heart, come what may. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's not his fault that he got like something like PTSD or like anxiety from like the incident, right? He's just like taking care of himself. I would never take drugs that might impede my performance just before a launch. I guess so. That launch meant everything to me. That's more certain than the theory of relativity. I think it's just like, you know, like, for example, like you're an artist, but then like something happened to your hand, so you have to like use help, external help to draw. Like, that doesn't mean something traumatic happened to you. Doesn't mean you stop wanting to draw. There's something like that, maybe. Yes. He seems like a completely different person now. This is the face of the astronaut I know. But the tranquilizers were found in your system. Yeah, see, that's the thing. But I don't know why. I'm done for. Maybe, like, he was framed? He was framed? He was, like, the drink, so he passes out? And he doesn't. That's why he doesn't remember anything. Drawing an astronaut is so different. Yeah, I mean, like, just an example. If you didn't take them, then maybe somebody slipped them to you? Exactly. That's what I thought. It must have been the real culprit. My medication was in my locker. Anybody could have gotten their hands on it. That's kind of dangerous, I think. Maybe the real culprit also planted the detonator switch in your pocket. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's gotta be it. I've been framed. I'll say, they even managed to plant your prints on the switch before slipping it in. It's a real possibility. Do you remember anything else that might be relevant? Anything at all, no matter how small. Like, about the murder weapon, for example. The fruit knife. Looks like an IKEA knife. That knife. I think it came from one of the Space Center's utility kits. Utility kits? Yeah, staff who work on machinery a lot are given these special toolkits to use. All the technicians have them, so I doubt you could prove whose knife it is. Naruhodo. The Hat One Miracle, or Hati. As I recall, your last trip into space was 7 years ago, right? 7 years ago. That's right. It was a pretty rough experience. During that mission, we had all kinds of problems with the craft. You did? What kind of problems? Power failure, oxygen leakage, busted radio, cracked windows, lose control, Anybody would be traumatized! The heat shield came off as you were entering the atmosphere. I thought I was a goner. But I managed to make it somehow with the popsicles and ice packs from the freezer. No wonder they dubbed it the Hati miracle. It's a miracle you made it back. Space is a boundless place. That's why it continues to capture people's imagination. But the vastness of space shows us how insignificant we are in the scheme of things. The darkness just goes on and forever, and ever, and ever, without end. There was nobody else in there. Nobody was gonna come save me. I was all alone. Damn, I'd be traumatized. All alone, with nothing to listen to but the sound of my own breathing and heartbeat. I kept scrambling to make repairs, but I couldn't keep my hands from shaking. An experience like that would make anybody afraid to go up into space. Yeah. With the experience you had, weren't you dreading this mission? What? No way! Well, of course not. Even now, I want to go up into space so bad I can barely stand it. Yeah, like, he's very passionate about space. I want to shake off the Earth's gravity, its escape velocity, and spin around weightless. But you have to admit it was pretty harrowing. Weren't you even a tiny bit afraid? I was afraid. Of course I was. Still am. But space is man's final frontier, an unknown world. The cosmic truth is out there waiting for us somewhere. The cosmic truth, huh? I guess there are people looking for the truth in every walk of life. No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure I can manage. If you guys want a ticket to like a space tour or something, would you go? Surprisingly nuanced depiction of the intersection between fear, goals, and trauma. Yeah. If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. One thing's for sure, Mr. Starbuck's passion for space is undeniably the real deal. The victim. I feel like I would go, but only if I'm not like the first one. If it's like already like guaranteed, like a lot of people, you know, like if it's like a guaranteed safe and there's already so many flights and tours already, then I think I would do it, because that means it's, you know, they know what they're talking about. But if it's like a first launch, then I don't think I would go. Hi. Okay. The victim, Clay Terran. He was kind of like your protege, wasn't he? Well, he wasn't a big exaggerated deal like Master and Apprentice or anything like that. Yeah, like, I don't want to be like a guinea pig, but if it becomes like normalized and, you know, just like regular plane trips, then maybe you're like, oh, why not? Well, it wasn't a big exaggerated deal like Master and Apprentice or anything like that. But Clay did think of me as his mentor. The mentor and the protege. What a combination they must have been. There was a commercial space flight, but they cost like 1 million USD. Ew. I don't want to go. That's so expensive. With his encouragement, I knew I could get over my fear and go back into space. But now... Clay must have been very encouraging, huh? Yeah, it's funny, really. Whenever I'd hear him shout, "You're fine!" I always got the feeling everything really was gonna be just fine. That's how Apollo got his thing, huh? You're fine? Apollo says I'm fine and you're fine all the time, too. I always feel encouraged, too, whenever I hear him shout it. Yeah, Clay and Apollo were best buds. They used to come visit the Space Center a lot, ever since they were high school kids. One day, out of the blue, Clay even told me he wanted to be my protege. Those two hung out at the Space Center so much, they were like part of the staff. One time during zero-G training, I started to panic a little bit. And the two of them took turns shouting, "You're fine!" over the radio. It was a simple thing, but it was exactly what I needed to hear. So I'm fine and you're fine were like Apollo and Clay's secret phrases, huh? Secret. I wish I could ask Apollo more about Clay and their relationship now. Well, there's no relationship because Clay's dead. Speaking of Clay, how do you suppose he climbed down the ladder with you over his shoulder? Sorry, but I can't even begin to imagine. But he actually did climb down that ladder, so a way has to exist. From the freedom of space to the walls of a cell. But that prosecutor said the dark night skies and half bad through barred windows. You're fine! Solomon's soul Starbug is fine. Everything's gonna be alright. Huh? And Athena Sykes is fine. Come on, Mr. Wright, you too. Do I really have to? Phoenix Wright is fine. I can't hear you! Phoenix Wright is fine! We'll get you back into space yet, Mr. Starbuck. Believe in your own innocence, and have faith in us. Apollo believes in you wholeheartedly, and that's good enough for me. I believe in you too. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. I'll put my faith in you. And I vow to make it back into space. All I need first is a not guilty verdict. It sure feels nice to reassure ourselves every now and then that we're all fine. Are we fine? Okay, Mr. Wright. Let's get our investigation of the Space Center started. Pronto! Good idea. Let's go! Yosh, 行きましょうね。はい。Oh, that's so cute! Wow, I was wondering what kind of place the Space Center would be. It almost looks like an amusement park of the future. Yeah, did you know they even let the public see their rockets up close? Oh, so check it out! Look at how brightly the Gyaxa logo shines in the sunlight above the entranceway. I really think the start in rocket mode if it's got going. Gyaxa, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program? Yeah, but why the strange acronym? I mean, what is GAT supposed to stand for? Galaxy? No, it stands for GAT. If that were it, then the whole thing would be something like Galaxy Exploration Agency. No, it's GAT Raksasa! Which, if you ask me, I'd have abbreviated as to Gaxa or even Gaia. I guess so. Oh, I know. Maybe the person who came up with the name just really likes the letter Y. This exchange is beginning to feel oddly like deja vu. Anyway, this place is more than just a research facility. It's also a tourist attraction. Tourist attraction? Don't make me laugh. It's a monument to the human race! Galactic scooter, full speed ahead! Oh no, please don't run me over! Okay. Yikes! Who's this geezer and what do you want? Look upon me and look well. Behold the great power of space. Is this the director? Space science. Pardon me, but you are... My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos. I am the director of the Cosmos Space Center, the center of the cosmos. Boss, that was pretty groan-inducing. If this person is the Space Center's director, then that means... Aha! So you were one of the first to discover Clay's body, weren't ya? And who was the first to find the victim? Actually, there were two of them. The Space Center Director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candy's arm. That is correct. I was honored to be the very first man in all of space and time to discover the body. But there's talk of the incident. Are you by any chance the Space Police? You can't tack the word space onto just any old thing, you know? We're Mr. Starbucks lawyers. We're here to investigate this case. Oh, and we're Earth lawyers, by the way. Ah, I see. Yes, I heard about you. In that case, by my esteemed privilege, I grant you permission to investigate. I trust you are appropriately grateful. Now go ahead, have at it. I can already tell he's going to be nothing but trouble. Don't let him hear you say that, or you'll see what trouble really is. Let's just be professional and ask him about when he found the body, alright? So, as director, what do you do here at the Space Center specifically? Defend peace across the galaxy and promote space development in this country. No matter what obstacles stand in our way, we keep going. For the sake of mankind! Look, I'm matching his pose. I believe I used the word specifically in my question. Attention, all personnel, to your break stations. Prepare for a break. Oh, I get it. You just wander around and tell people what to do in a self-important manner. That is exactly right, because I am an important man. My manner is important. Mr. Wright, this man doesn't get sarcasm. The music just reminds me that we're in, like, Tomorrowland or something. Well, there's bound to be some people like that here in the boundlessness of space. What's that? You want to know what it is that makes me important specifically? Very well, I will tell you. I was the central figure of the Hati project. You may proceed to be appropriately impressed. Now go ahead, have at it. I might be more impressed if I knew what he did for it, specifically. Could you tell us what you know about the incidents from the other day? I refuse. What? Explaining is a job for common folk, not the director of the Center of the Cosmos. Hey! My testimony, which will go down in space history, will be heard in the courtroom. Okay, I see. Okay. What do we do now? Okay. What? So does that mean you'll be taking the stand tomorrow? That is correct. I will be the most glorious witness in the history of mankind. I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about. Looks like Director Cosmos is the type that only talks about what he wants to talk about. Now let's at least try to ask him about the things he might be willing to open up about. Let's talk about Hati. The Hati was a rocket that was launched to space 7 years ago, correct? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back home? I suppose it is part of my job to educate ignorant young folk like you. Very well, I will impart to you the complete story of the Hati project. Oh, thank you very much. Hati's noble mission was to collect samples from an asteroid, and Mr. Starbuck was the pilot for that flight. Eventually, the Hati reached its planned orbit. I'm so small. I'm in Earth. From there, it launched the Hope probe. Launched the Hope probe towards the asteroid belt. From there, the Hope probe began its long, lonely journey into the far reaches of space. The Hope probe sounds too catchy for what it is. Then, after a terrifying struggle, the Hati returned safely to Earth. I'm here! Look, I'm a star! That struggle was when the incident known as the Hati miracle occurred, right? Correct, and it truly was a miracle. Of course, they just had to turn the ordeal into a movie. As for the Hope probe, it did eventually arrive safely at its destination. It obtained a few samples from the asteroid and returned to Earth but a few days ago. So what kind of samples are they? What's in them? The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Terran's murder. Regrettably, we have had no time to inspect the samples due to everything that has occurred. But this puts our space development program ahead of other countries by several years. Nice. It's quite impressive. I guess this guy isn't just a loudmouth braggart after all. In the golden age of space development, our predecessors were successful in bringing a moon rock back. That is the greatest achievement in the history of the Space Center. The public fell in love with space and all of its glorious potential. Do you guys like space? I remember I was taking TOEFL and I dozed off because, well, also I didn't sleep the night before. But I dozed off when the guy was like talking about like planets and stuff like that because I didn't. It's not like I didn't understand English. It's just like I couldn't follow what he was talking about. A moon rock, huh? I remember that being big. I don't even know if we have like a space museum or something in ID. We have to have something like that, right? Don't you guys want to go on like a space museum date? Imagine going to Gyaksa on a date or something. A moon rock, huh? I remember that being big. That's because like he kept saying like, oh yeah, after Saturn and then there's this and that and then there's also this and there's also that and there's also so many things, you know. I can't keep up. My brain can't keep up, okay? And then the question was like, what color was so-and-so? And I got it wrong. ID space progress is lacking to say the least. Oh man, can we like go to the planetarium or something? Like look at stars? I've been once, but I think I only went once before, but didn't even get to look at, I don't know. A moon rock, huh? I remember that being big. Sitting under the big star dome sounds romantic. No! I went there with a friend. We did not do that. We arrived in the planetarium, just hung out, and did nothing. And then we went back home. and had something to eat. I don't know. I was thinking like, wait, what was the point? Why did you take me here? I was like, why did you take me here? In my mind. But I guess, you know, I didn't want to be like that. At least you had I don't know. I mean, I guess. Sorta. Our endeavors with the moon rock live on in our work with those asteroids and wells. You guys didn't talk about space. I don't remember. I don't remember at all. Cause yeah. I don't remember. No. Cause she was like, yo, have you been to the planetarium? And then I was like, no. And she's like, okay, let's go. And I'm like, okay, let's go. So yeah, but then I don't know why we didn't even like. Oh, maybe because it was too crowded. I don't remember. You got the story out of it? Yeah. After that, we just like bailed, and then we went to eat somewhere, and then we went on, you know, bajai anjir, you know, like public transportation that has three wheels. And then that's what I thought, like, hey, maybe what if like I don't even own a car, but I own a bajai, but then I learned that you need to have like a special driving license for that. But yeah. I want to bestow new hopes and dreams for the future upon mankind once again. That is my mission as the man who stands at the center of the cosmos. I hear there's a lot of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroid these days. You own it, but no license. No. I don't own it. But it's kind of like, it would be so nice to be able to, you know, it's like, it's quirky, you know, to own a bajai. Like, imagine you pick up your date and be like, my bajai is here, you know, it would be so cool. Right? I was just thinking, what if? Yeah, they say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there. Yeah, I don't know where that person is right now, though. I couldn't just be like, why did we do that? I don't know where she is right now. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there. What? Bite your tongue! It's not for anything so base as money or politics. It's all for the brilliant future that awaits mankind and all for my illustrious mission. Sorry guys, I have to leave early, got a date, and I'm picking them up in my rickshaw. Let's freaking go, man. Just wanted to see the stars with you? Well, then why didn't we? Why didn't we? Why did we just like enter the building and then like leave? With the recent budget cuts, my staff tells me finances are tight, but I won't hear it. I guess even a space program has to watch its budget. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Athena. Wait, which reminds me, see, we can't really see stars with the naked eye here. It's kind of sad. Which was why, this like old, like in the Maldives, I was like so, oh my god, there's stars. And I think like Kiara was like, why are you so impressed? And I'm like, yo, I can't see this. And then I tried to take a picture of it with my phone, but just, it didn't work, you know, because like there's only so much like the phone can capture, right? The star story, it's not like I feel like you know, some people are probably like thinking, oh my god, stars, like me fascinated with the stars. It's like an anime moment, but it's just like so sad. It's because like we have light pollution. It's so sad, yo. Okay, by the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Athena. Oh well, you know, I thought I'd better brush up for the case. Is that so? Here I can even see a hint of the aura when no clouds at night. See, like, if I want to see the aura, I would need to go to Europe or something. Yeah, air pollution, noise pollution, light pollution. Well, I will be on my way. As you can see, I'm a very busy and very important man. Galactic scooter, fire up the main engine, max pedal speed, and engage. That thing is surprisingly fast. I guess I better get going too. Maybe I'd be more interested in space if I lived in like a place where I could like see stars and stuff. You bet. Let's make it so. Alright, are we gonna move? Because we're gonna move to the boarding lounge. Well, let me fix myself then. So this is where Mr. Terran was murdered. Why is there like a seahorse? Hold on, I'm gonna... There we go. Oh my god, I'm back. Have I always been this bright? I guess so. Let's see the diagram the police made again. Okay, right now we're in the middle. We're in the main building here on the right side on the 3rd floor. Claim Mr. Starbuck fled here from Launchpad 1 after the explosion. You there! No admittance without express permission. We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We've come to investigate. Sorry. Nobody gets in without permission. Not even the police superintendent. Can't have Detective Fulbright getting mad at me. Fulbright, we need to talk to him. Oh my god, what is up there? So Detective Fulbright is here, huh? Yeah, he's in the Launchpad 1 corridor. Go get clearance from him, and then we'll talk. Alright, leave it to me. I'm great at getting intel out of Detective Fulbright. Let's see, what trick should I use on him today? I don't know if I should be grateful or afraid. So, to get to the Launchpad 1 corridor... Oh! You just have to go through that door with a blue rocket on it, I think. Wait, that door... It looks awfully familiar. Good eye there, boss. This is the door Clay and Mr. Starbuck used during their escape from the launch pad. Ah, that explains it. The fingerprint system has been deactivated, so I think we can just pass through. Aw, come on, let's go. Alright. Let's go to Launchpad 1 corridor. Hi, robot! December 19, Cosmos Space Center. Looks like an airport. I mean, I guess it makes sense because we're gonna launch. So this is it, huh? This is the corridor the two of them used in their escape. This is the only thing connecting Launchpad 1 with the main building. Yeah, there's no BGM again. Is it supposed to be like this? I see police tape down at the other end. I guess we won't be looking at the Launchpad. I think, it's normal for investigation to have not much BGM. After the explosion... Oh, sorry. After the explosion, what? The whole corridor must have been filled with smoke, and the launch pad itself was probably a sea of flames. Must have been pretty scary for them. Now, where could Detective Fulbright be? Hey, I think that's him over there. What should I do? Which path is the path of justice? Seems to be lost. That's funny. This corridor is a straight shot. I feel like we're just so used to, like, Fulbright's appearance being comical and then suddenly BGM, but it's so quiet here. Oh, there we go. Huh? Oh, it's you liar people. Welcome to the Space Center. Enjoying a relaxing day off, are you? Here for a little rocket sightseeing? We're here to investigate the scene, same as you. Do you have any info to share? Boss, if he acts at all reluctant to give us information, we hit him with the whatever shall we do act. I'm sure he'll fall for it. Got it? Are we trying to catch the unruly family dog here or some info on the case, huh? Alright. I'll gladly share some with you. Huh? What just happened? Detectives and lawyers seeking truth and justice side by side. I like it. Just take whatever you want from me. You info bandits! I'm in a generous mood today. I don't know. There's something weird about Detective Fulbright today. Well, we needed information, so let's run with it. If you say so. Detective Fulbright, could you give us permission to investigate the crime scene? There's an officer on guard, and we can't get in. Oh, whatever shall we do? That's an easy one. I'll let them know over there to let you in. Investigate to your heart's content. Take a week if you need it. A month even. Well, not that long probably. Shall I have some snacks delivered? One of my men gives a mean neck rub. No, that's okay. But thanks. Definitely not the Fulbright I know. Detective Fulbright is acting sickeningly sweet. It's kind of gross, actually. Do you think he hit his head or something? Who knows? Whatever the case, it's making our lives way easier. Okay. You were there at the Space Center at the time of the incidents, were you, Detective? That's right. I was here on a security assignment. The police are required to secure rocket launches now? I didn't know that. Yes. Well, you know us, to serve and protect. The explosions occurred while I was here on duty, so I started leading the evacuation. Just leaving out a lot of details, but okay. Could you tell us more about what happened? Of course. A bomb went off on the second floor of the main building. Right after that, the one over at Launchpad 1 also blew sky high, so the one on the lounge first. Yes. So I immediately instructed the visitors and the employees to evacuate to the shelter. The shelter? On the lower level? Oh, the basement? That's right, there is an evacuation shelter in the basement of the Space Center. It's there for accidents and emergencies and the like. So where were you when the first bomb went off? I was on duty on the 4th floor. Oh, it was quite a madhouse, I tell ya. The elevator wasn't working on account of the explosion, and the stairs on the 2nd floor were destroyed, so we couldn't go that way. Wait, then how? Then wasn't it impossible to get down to the basement shelter? No, we lowered an emergency ladder from a 4th floor window and escaped that way. It was a folding ladder, so it wasn't very stable, but at least it reached the ground. After I secured the ladder, I left to take another look around for any other survivors. Once everyone else got out safely, I made my way down to and headed to the shelter. Wow, what an ordeal! But climbing down an emergency ladder kind of sounds fun. When I used to live in my old place, I had like an emergency ladder, that thankfully I never had to use, but it goes down like from the balcony sort of. So maybe like it goes like from the balcony to the balcony under me to the balcony under me to the balcony around under me. Maybe that's how it goes. It looks like a hatch thing. I never opened it, but I assume that's what it does. Like a fire exit ladder, probably. Yeah. I think so. I'm not sure. Okay. Just a moment, I have some more information to share with you. Can we please talk about the janitor robot? It's doing its job. What do you want to talk about? But don't tell Prosecutor Blackquill, okay? Wow, and Prosecutor Blackquill usually has you on a short leash, too. Leash? Well, never mind that. I thought you should know that there was a witness. Could you tell us more about the witness? Sure thing. The witness was a Space Center employee who was on the 4th floor. While she was climbing down, she looked through a window to the 3rd floor lounge. So, she was looking into the crime scene from the outside? That's right. It was just a matter of chance that she saw something important. Not that I know what she saw exactly yet, though. Yes. You don't? But that's the most important thing of all. Don't you worry. I'll get around to interviewing her soon enough. She should still be somewhere here in the Space Center. You might even run into her. A 4th floor employee, huh? Alright. Thanks for the info, Detective Fulbright. Gee, you sure are being cooperative, Detective. A little too cooperative, even. Yes, well, actually, something you can't talk about? Yes, something like that. Anyway, never mind. Don't worry about me. Well, I'll be on my way now. Even in space, safety first. What was that all about? Something's definitely going on. I'm gonna get it out of him the next time I see him. Okay, I'm not so sure he'll talk about it, though. Well, we have permission to investigate now. Let's head back to the boarding lounge. I can't investigate. Okay, well, let's... Sorry, what? Oh, we have to go back here. Yeah. Hi, seahorse. Recently, I don't know if it's because I've been following more people on Twitter than usual, but I've been following like a bunch of people and like artists. I've been following them back because, maybe I want to see like more pictures on my timeline. But when I was trying to make the thumbnail, not the thumbnail, the Twitter post for yesterday's TCG stream, my topmost tweet in my home was like a clip, like a video of like I Show Speed playing Outlast 2, was it? And then it was like a giving birth scene, and I'm like, I can't even scroll down because I'm typing out the tweet. I need to type, so I had to like while I was typing, I had to like watch that. No! Who liked that tweet? Who made that show up on my timeline? I'm following a lot of people back, but at what cost? Bro, no. Like, no. See, I joke about like pregante and whatever, but you guys have to see the clip. Imagine me I'm just trying to do my job, man. I'm just trying to type my tweet. I'm gonna stream, and then I had to watch that. I can't even scroll down because it's like the topmost. Oh my god. Seems tailor-made for you. No! Link it? Oh, you look it up yourself. You two, Detective Fulbright has granted you permission to investigate. He also said I should bring you some snacks or give you a neck rub too if you'd like. Oh, that's alright, but thank you for the offer. Well, time to roll up our sleeves and start investigating. Now let's see. Where's that diagram again? What was it? The other day Speed went to Indonesia and did like an IRL stream. It was like so big. I think it was like in the middle of when I was doing Holo GTA. It was so big. What was that diagram again? That was crazy. Did you like that post? No, of course not! So this lounge is on the 3rd floor of the main building. And according to Apollo, this This was where he believes the third party killed his friend. I think like one of the Indonesian streams was like record breaking or something. Crazy. Wasn't Ollie the one who mentioned wanting to Purgante, another holo mem? Biologically, I couldn't get you, Purgant. Just kidding. Well, let's stop the recap and start looking for traces of this third person then. You read my mind, Athena. We'll make that our first priority. There's just one problem though. This room... it's just so big. Don't worry, we can use this to help us. Not with that attitude. A Space Center pamphlet for tourists? Yep, picked it up at the entrance. The maps inside should come in handy. Here it is, a map of the lounge. This is the door we went through to talk to Detective Fulbright. Oh my god, really? Hold on, another map? Oh yeah, that's the door with the fingerprint recognition lock. Well, I guess this map will make things a little easier. Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. Alright, I totally understood that. It's top-down view. Yeah, no more excuses. Let's track down the third person. Wait, there's just one more thing. Hello, hi. What's that strange creature moving around outside the window? That's our witness. Just kidding. I hope not. Oh, boss, it's just a holographic image. What do you mean it's not real? I knew that. Phew, that's a relief. There should be a button somewhere in this room to turn the image on and off. Oh, what if we turn it off? What are we gonna see? That's what it says in the pamphlet anyways. The only reason you're so eager to start is so that you can push that button, isn't it? I wish it was real. What's wrong with that? Let's just look for the button while we're looking for clues. Alright, fine. Let's get investigating. Let's get it started. Okay. So this is where they discovered Clay. Yeah, he was already dead when they found him. Let's take a look at the photo. Heepy. So he was stretched out like this and... oh, what's that thing that looks like a thermos? That's the thing that Prosecutor Blackwood mentioned when I was in court with Apollo. He said that it contains asteroid samples. Oh, right. Director Cosmos mentioned something about that too, didn't he? That they were brought back only 5 days ago by the probe that the Hati launched. I wonder what they look like. Do you think they'll let us see? Let's think about that after we've solved the case, okay? Where... oh, what is this? Spicy. Feet? Here's another amazing piece of equipment. Warning, helmet use required. Please use the moonwalk apparatus responsibly. Oh. Oh boy, I want to try it. Gravity is weak on the moon, so I bet I could do mid-air somersaults, huh? We're still on Earth, remember? Besides, it's connected to the ceiling. Well, at least I could jump really high. There's a sign on the wall that very clearly says, don't jump too high. Then what good is this thing? Didn't I say in the beginning? Walk on the surface of the moon? Danger, it says. Oh, venti? Lassie? Nothing special here. No. I'm saying this. Hey, I see something shiny down there. Let's take this cover off then. What was it? Oh, bullet? A bullet hole? It looks like a metal jelly bean. It's really small, but it's a bullet. It's only about 2 to 3 millimeters in diameter. Diameter? Is it diameter? It's diameter. Let's see. That would make the caliber 10. The caliber refers to the diameter of a gun's barrel, right? Yes, but I've never heard of a 10 caliber gun before. Yeah, in GTA, it's 9 millimeter, not 10. This bullet must be for a special kind of gun. I bet if you try firing a bullet this small with a regular sized gun, it would just fall right out. Bloop. Diameter, whatever, man. Yeah, it must have been a really small gun. I wonder how the bullet ended up here. I mean, we're in the bottom left of the south door side of the room, according to this map. It's a thing but less common. Well, I don't know anything about guns, guys. It's pretty far from where Clay's body was. Maybe the police didn't think to look here. Yeah, leave it to Detective Fulbright to accidentally hand us just the card we need. Yummy. The gutter that runs along the south wall of the boarding lounge. Huh, interesting. Okay, thank you. So I think we are, oh, what is this? Trash chute? What is this? You visited USA and you still don't know anything about guns? Yeah, that's about it. That's about right. It's a trash chute. The cleaning robots throw the garbage out from here. Robots do the cleaning? Point 10 is in 10 millimeter, then how many? Is it like 0.10 millimeter? What does that mean then? 0.1 millimeters? The robots do the cleaning? What a futuristic world we live in. I just hope they don't revolt like they do in science fiction movies. Oof. No way, all the robots here are very nice. Actually, wasn't there one in the Launchpad 1 corridor? We can go say hi to it if you want. Alright, well I don't really want... Ooh, it's a sleeping pod. These are apparently oxygen capsules, they're for recovery. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, there's the button, I think. I wonder if they can change your voice. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Huh? It didn't do a thing. It's not helium, Athena. It's oxygen. Oh, here. There's some kind of panel with 2 buttons on it here. Just push it! That's the invariable principle of buttons. There are such things as buttons left unpushed. Oh. Hey! The giant holographic image disappeared! I used an oxygen capsule a couple of times. I was afraid it would rupture my eardrum. What happens? Yeah, though that side of the wall seems kind of barren without it now. Still, let's see if we can't find anything new with the image off. Don't care. I want to see this. Oh. That's some pretty futuristic looking furniture over there. According to the pamphlet, those are no ordinary chairs. They're like an amusement park teacup rides. You can power them yourself, it says. You spin the table, your chair spins too. What's that for? Why would anybody want to have something like that here? It's for astronauts who have trouble with the device on the ceiling. No vertical spins. It says it's a training device that's easy on the eyes and on the body. Oh, okay, for beginners. What kind of person really call themselves an astronaut if they can't handle 0G? Yeah. Okay, no matter how I look at it, all I can think of is torture device. And I guess it's a training device for getting used to 0 gravity? Uh-oh, Athena has an odd glint in her eye. Is she thinking about trying that thing out? I should try to stop her, but I'm afraid she'll just outmuscle me. Hey, Mr. Wright, look at that up there! Oh! Some kind of fragment? Oh, it's the ruptured thing! So that's what the glint was all about. The color looks familiar. I think it's part of an oxygen tank. So it ruptured in here. I think you're right. But if that's here, it means Clay's tank ruptured after they arrived at the boarding lounge. So Prosecutor Blackwell's theory that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay down the ladder must be wrong. This proves that both the astronauts were alive when they reached the boarding lounge. So Apollo was right. The scene of the murder wasn't the launch pad. Way to go, Apollo. Alright. Let's look here. The holographic image of the screen is completely black, which for some reason makes me think of losing an argument to Prosecutor Blackwell in court. But at least it's got my brain revved up. I come up with my best ideas at times like these. Really? That's it? Really? Nothing else? So it looks like there are 3 doors that lead in and out of this room. Well, let's check. Drumroll, please. Ta-da! The Space Center pamphlet. We are at boarding lounge 1. Oh yeah, we are here at this place that says boarding lounge 1. Here are the 3 doors. Let's call them lefty, righty, and downy. Are you serious? People usually say west, east, and south in a case like this, you know? Details, details. Anyway, let's take a look at the west door. That door with the rocket icon leads to Launchpad 1. I know because it says here in the map, Launchpad 1 corridor. So that's where we were with the detective. It was filled with smoke after the explosion. Right, next up, the right-hand side of the map, or east in your world. That's the door with the satellite dish icon to signify communication, aka the control room. Yep, definitely says control room. Looks like it has another door on the opposite side. Ah, yes, I see it. They communicate and exchange information with rockets and probes in space from there. So, it's the center of the Space Center. The Space Center, if you will. Does everybody start to talk like Director Cosmos after they've been here a while? But it seems that they built a new command center on the 6th floor. That's what they used for the Hat 2 mission, so this control room was empty at the time. Hat 2 Electric Boogaloo. I've always wanted to see the inside of a mission control room. And since we're here, I'd love to do that too, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to. They want to keep curious kids like you out. So the door is protected with fingerprint recognition. Only the director can go through. With that much security, I'm definitely not the one they're looking to keep out, Athena. So apparently, the lock is also hooked up to a backup generator in case of emergencies. Okay. Only director have access to that. What about that last door? The downy door? This lower door? Oh, excuse me. I mean south door? It leads to the elevators. Right. Robot people up, robot down? Or what? This is the door we came through when we entered this room, right? Uh-huh. Yep, and of course, there was no fingerprint recognition device, so it's open to anyone. But the elevators weren't working at the time due to the explosion. Well, that's about it for the 3 muscadors of the boarding lounge. Thanks. Understanding the layout of their lounge should help us. Yo! There's a there's a bullet! Wait, I didn't notice that! That's why I thought we'd better have a good grasp of where all the doors go. Hey! Hey! Hey, Mr. Wright, take a look at this! Looks like a bullet hole. Great find, Athena. It's pretty big. Whoever fired this shot must have been using a pretty large gun. You think so? Based on my experience, I'd say this was fired from a regular pistol. Well, whatever size it was, somebody fired a gun in here, right? Looks like the influencer selfie. This is an important fact. Do you see a bullet around somewhere? Dude, I wanna do membership watch along next week. No, the police might have taken it out though. Or taken it, I guess. There we go. The bullet itself is missing. No, the bullet was in whatever. Let's ask the detective Fulbright about this bullet hole later. 5-6? I would want 5-6-7 actually. I don't know. Anyways, we're supposed to ask Fulbright. Where's Fulbright again? Here? Oh shoot! Where's Fulbright? Wait, what? Oh, later? I wanna see what this is. A window, and it's right next to the holographic image too. I bet it's here to help people see the stark contrast between reality and virtual reality. Way off, it says emergency ventilation. You know, to clear smoke from a fire. See? It's pointing out the virtual insanity of reality! Wait, I wanna... Wait. I wanna turn the thing back on. It's a button for the holographic image. If we push it, yes. It apparently turns the image on and off. Yay! Oh yeah, see? A bright purple sky, plenty of greenery, and a tranquil lake. The idyllic scene stretches as far as... Oh! It's like fooling you! It's like fooling you, because like if the image is on, you will think that it is like a spider web, but then when it's off, it's like, wait, that image is still there. Yeah, let's see. This door is... Where's that pamphlet? here we are, to the door to the corridor that leads to Launchpad 1. We went through it earlier when we went to talk to Detective Fulbright. So I guess the security lock must be disengaged now, right? They say the corridor was filled with smoke at the time of the bombing. This thing beside the door, this must be the fingerprint recognition device. Yeah, Yubi! Yubi! That's why the URL of the stream is Yubi. Which reminds me, I think Prosecutor Blackwell talked about it at the trial. The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device, and allowing the states up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so. It's the UB reader. Does this mean that the bomber's prints were verified by the system? But the number of authorized personnel was supposed to be really small. Voila! Fingerprint powder! I brought it just in case something like this came up. Oh, really? I found it at the office. I've just been itching for a chance to use it. Way to think ahead. Now let's test the fingerprint recognition device and see what we can find. You got it. Let us sprinkle some here and a little over there, and... What are we doing now? Let's see what we have here. Oh, we got something. Aw, it's only a single set of prints. Isn't that a good thing? Sure wish we could figure out whose prints these are. Although, I will be so lucky as to get the culprit's prints on the first try. Well, I'm willing to bet that Detective Fulbright has some fingerprint data. Right, and there's the security footage of this door too. Yeah, here it is. It came up in court the other day. I wish we could see the part of the footage just after this bit. Oh, because that would be right before the murder, wouldn't it? Let's ask the detective. For the mood he's in, he'll probably show it to us right away. Yeah, he's in almost too good of a mood today. Maybe celery race? Let's go see if we can find him again once we're done with this room. So we're not done? We are not done? I wonder what this big knob is for. It looks like the knob on a stove. Well, it's the same shape, but I think that's where the similarities end. I mean, it's behind a glass pane. What kind of stove would require knob security like this? Well, the knob is straight up and down, so if it was for a stove, the burner would be off. Right, if it was for a stove. Still, I wonder what it's really for. Something turned on by a knob that's not a stove? How about a rocket engine? If you had to start the engine here, the rocket would take off before you could get in. Then I guess all we can say for now is that it's a mystery knob. Okay, we're done then. Oh, hello there!
Hello. Welcome to the Space Center, guests. Welcome.
Yikes! What in the world?
My name is Perhatian. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you looking around? Choose one. I will guide you.
Yeah, it's a robot?
I am not a robot. I am Perhatian. Psychological observation and navigation companion. P-O-N-C-O. Perhatian.
Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up. Oh, Poncho! Is it Poncho or Poncho? We miss you. Oh, do you know this thing, Athena? Oh, she showed us around the last time when I came here with Apollo. Oh, you're such a good girl, Poncho. That's a good girl. Poncho, like companion. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy, so very happy.
Wow, what kind of robot? That's pretty cool. My name is Phoenix, right? Nice to meet you.
I don't know you.
Huh? Ouch, that hurt. Oh, she has to register people she meets for the first time. Please register him, Poncho.
Certainly, commencing guest registration. Please tell me your name. A nickname is fine too.
His name is Phoenix. A bit overly familiar, but I'll allow it. It's like Big Widget.
Phoenix, please
Oh, sure. Oh my god, she's gonna be a key witness.
Registering. Facial recognition sequence complete. We are now officially friends. Nice to meet you, Phoenix.
Huh, this robot is pretty cute. You made a friend, boss. Isn't it great?
Phoenix, Athena, allow me to guide you. Right this way.
Oh, goody. Let's go, boss. Go where? Oh, Yaksa! Let's go! Let's go! Rocket, rocket, rocket! It would be so nice to have a, like, space date here. Ooh. Where's there aliens? Oh, wow! What is this place? Is that rocket real? Whoa.
Welcome, welcome. The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Learn about the history of our nation's space development and the HAT-1 project. The rocket is just a replica, but it's the same size as the real one.
The Space Museum. Oh, here it is on the map. Okay, so it's on the exact opposite side of the main building from Launch Pad 1. Think this place would be important?
Ask me anything, anything. I will explain.
Oh my goodness. Alright. This is quite the place. I can't believe we get to see a rocket this close up.
This is a replica of the Hattie that was launched 7 years ago. It's exactly like the real Hattie, inside and out.
Okay.
Its little brother, the Hat-2, was supposed to launch the other day.
I wonder if Ponko knows why the launch was cancelled.
Over there is an exhibit about the launch 7 years ago. Check it out! Check it out!
Spacesuit, photos, newspaper articles. I'd like to come here again on a day off. Hey, what's this a photo of? Oh, who's the two girls on the right? We haven't seen them. Oh my god, why does she have like bandages?
Phoenix! That's the staff of the HAT-1 project.
Oh, there's Mr. Starbuck. He looks so young and so different. Oh, and that's the... What is it, Athena? Something wrong? Oh, nothing! I just thought Mr. Starbuck looked really young too, that's all. What's up? Well, it was 7 years ago after all, so the young guy standing next to Mr. Starbuck is Clay Terran, the victim. So they were mentor and protege even way back then. And he's even got one of his staff jackets. He looks just like a regular staff member.
No, Clay was still a student then. He just borrowed one of Solomon's old jackets.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Clay would have still been in high school 7 years ago. Yeah! Everybody looks so happy. It's the Gyaksa team. The Space Museum is great! What fantastic exhibits!
This area used to be a launch pad too. That's why the only entrance is on the 3rd floor. Oh, I see.
Wouldn't it be better if they just made a new ground floor entrance instead?
There was talk of it, but they had to scrap their plans because of the budget caps. Budget caps! Budget caps! We need more money! Money!
Who would record that kind of information into a guide robot?
While he was in space, the Happy launched a probe called Hope. The Hope probe collected some samples from an asteroid it returned 5 days ago.
That's what Director Cosmos said too. He told us it came back the day before Clay was killed.
And here it is, the Hope Space probe.
I think I've seen that logo somewhere before. Let's see. Oh yeah, the capsule that the victim was carrying. I think it had the same logo. I think it can be seen in the photo attached to the autopsy report. Maybe she'll give me some more info if I show it to her. Okay. Let me present then. The photo of the what? The photo of the what? Sorry? Oh, the photo attached to the autopsy report? Ponko, do you recognize this capsule here in the top right?
Checking registered data. I know. It's the whole capsule. It was carried inside the whole probe.
It contained the asteroid samples, right?
Yes, it was designed to store the samples gathered by the whole probe. It's been stored in safe in Launchpad 1 ever since it returned to Earth. It must not be removed. It must not be removed.
Don't worry, Ponko. The people in charge already know what happened.
They do? They do? I must ask them later.
So the capsule was being kept in Launchpad 1, huh? Maybe Clay was trying to carry it to safety after the explosion. The Space Center staff must have been really excited to finally get the capsule back. But it's a pity this incident occurred before they got a chance to check the contents. Well, the police took it as evidence, so they'll have to wait a little longer. Okay. Whew! Well, let's talk again.
The way the Space Center Launchpad is set up is really cool. Would you like me to tell you about it? Would you?
The setup of the launch pad? Go gentle on my spiky-haired mind. I wanna know! Phoenix wants to know too! Great, now Athena's got a case of Ponko with us.
Hooray! I will tell you then. The rocket is built right inside the launchpad structure. When the rocket is complete, it's moved along with the launchpad over the rails. And brought into position at the launch site. Isn't it cool? Isn't it? We used to have a big budget, so that's how we could build it all.
It's very cool. A grand setup that suits an important place like the Space Center. I guess everyone is hoping for a bigger budget next year, myself included. I'm guessing the whole thing is operated from the control room, huh?
That it is, but it can also be operated from the new command center too. Either way, the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to first be disengaged.
Oh, like the mystery knob? I guess before a big move like that can be carried out, there are all kinds of procedures. I would love to see the launch pad being moved. When's the next one scheduled for?
Searching data. All future plans have been put on hold.
Because of the bombing and the murder, I'll bet, which is perfectly understandable. Well, when was the last time it was moved?
Searching data. I'm sorry. The answer isn't in my answer database.
Whoa, why not? I guess Ponko can only answer certain questions. Well, we certainly learned a lot about the Space Museum. Thank you, Ponko. You explained everything very well.
I'd love to explain. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
You two are like old friends. It's hard to believe you two just met recently. Hehe! It's because Ponko is so friendly. Well, what should we investigate next? Let's go find Detective Fulbright. We have things to ask him about. Let's see, the security footage and this fingerprint data, was it? Okay, let's go back to the Launchpad 1 corridor. Bye, Ponko! See you later!
Come again. And don't forget to visit the gift shop.
Poor Ponko. By the Kinsian life we are all forced to lead. Let's go. Alright, let us go to the corridor. Hi, robot. What should I do? Which path is the path of justice? There's Detective Fulbright. Still seems to be lost, even though it's a straight corridor. Let's hope he's still in a cooperative mood as well, then. If he doesn't cooperate, then I'll just have to use my powers on him. You mean that lady in distress bit? We found a bullet hole in the wall at this crime scene. You did? Our team found that too. It was Detective Arm who fired that bullet. Oh, Detective Arm? That's right, a warning shot for the defendant. Was it really such a high-threat situation that she needed to do that? I'm afraid I don't know the details, but with Detective Arm gone and all. But I thought there were two people who discovered the crime scene together. We already know Director Cosmos will testify, so tomorrow will be about what he knows. Hey, you're pretty smart. That's exactly what we're planning to serve as the main course. I hope it goes down easy. Alright, fingerprint data. Detective, we'd like to run a comparison on some prints we found at the boarding lounge. Oh, yes! I just happen to have compiled the print data of everyone related to this case. Convenient, huh? I can always make another copy for myself, so it's all yours. Consider it a gift. This is quite a bit of data. Well, when I said everyone, I meant it. Prosecutor Blackwell said to dig deep, so that's what I did. It sure took a while, though. Whoa, you got Apollos in my prints? You even got prints for all of the robots. I guess when Blackwell said to dig deep, Fulbright didn't bother to ask how deep. Oh! Clay's fingerprints are here too! I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity, after all. I still can't believe you took off his glove to get his fingerprints. Yeah, well, we can't blame you for thinking they're important in this case. There are a lot of doors that require fingerprint verification in the lounge. So, depending on whose prints we find, it can completely change the tide for both sides. Makes sense. After all, the culprit's prints did get them past the fingerprint lock somehow. Oh, and take this picture. It might come in handy. What? Isn't this just a photo of the Launchpad 1 door? Yep, but Prosecutor Blackwell seemed really interested in it for some reason. Huh? What's so important about it, this door? Beats me, but boy, could you see the gears in his head go into hyperdrive at it. It's the knob, it's the mystery knob. I don't know if it matters. The mystery knob was, not off. Sounds like this is going to be a major point of contention tomorrow. The knob was turned 90 degrees, in which, like, they said, like, if it's 9 degrees, then they can move it, like, you know? Or something about that. Hey, don't forget about the print comparison, boss! Right, Detective Fulbright, do you think you could run the test for us right now? You just leave it to me. In justice, we trust! Okay, here we go. Well, it looks like it was Mr. Starbuck who opened that security door. He must have opened it when they went to go board the rocket. Ah, okay, so he was conscious then. His heart must have been full of hopes and dreams for a space adventure right then. Okay. Something for lost and found? No. What should we go? What should we do? I'm too lazy to use my brain. I'm like expecting the game to spoon feed me. I think we still need to do something with Fulbright, but I'm not sure what. Oh yeah, the bullet. We need to ask him about that. Like, hey, we found it. Okay, there we go. Present the bullet. Oh no. No. What was it that said we, we presented this before? Oh, no, no. Hey, ちょっと待って。あれ？じゃあ。 The victim went into all that trouble to save the defendant, and then he was mercilessly killed. Is there no justice in this world? Justice was trampled underfoot that day. That's right, acts of justice and selflessness are not always rewarded. It pains me to say it, but I've come to realize the truth in that recently. Sounds like he and his personal philosophy are going through a midlife crisis. Oh yeah, the game does have notes. I forgot how to toggle it though. Okay. Evacuation report. It's in the core record menu? Oh yeah, shoot. Oh, there we go, switch tabs. Present the security camera. Find and talk to witness first. Okay, security camera, that's it. Alright. Detective, about the security footage that was taken by the boarding lounge on camera. Oh, that footage? Go ahead and ask me anything you'd like about it. Is there any way I could see a little more of the part? Okay, yeah, we were like supposed to ask that. Easy as pie, I'd be glad to show you. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Uh-huh. Oh. What? The screen went blank. Yes, apparently the after effects of the explosion damaged the wires. Convenient! So there's no footage after this point? Why didn't you just say so from the beginning? Okay, something definitely seems to be up with you, detective. You're unusually cooperative. Maybe he has an agenda. Well, I just figure if we work together, we'll get that much closer to justice, right? I feel like he just really wants this case solved or something. Maybe he has like a personal reason, I'm not sure. But it seems like something's really been bothering you. You don't have some ulterior motive, do you? I don't think he's evil. What? I don't know what you're talking about. I would never do anything like that. Oh no! Magatama? We Magatamaing in this game? Hey yo, what? It's been a while. But those are definitely psyche locks. Oh my god, are we gonna do the... Did you just mouth psyched? Is there something I should be psyched about? No, psyche lock. It's a system of locks on the secrets in a person's heart. I can see whether people are trying to hide those secrets by using the power of this Magatama. Presenting evidence can break those locks. They kinda, you know, revamp the instrumental though. And reveal any secrets that they're hiding. Mr. Wright, how much did they bilk you out for that piece of rock? If you've been swindled, I know some lawyers I can introduce you to. I'm more than capable of representing myself, thank you very much. If it isn't some kind of fraud, it really works. A friend gave it to me a long time ago. Maya Faye! But I guess seeing is believing. Allow me to show you. Yes. Let's try to present.
Take that!
Why, you're being cooperative. I think you're hiding something, detective. So why don't you just tell us about it? What to do? Which path is the path of justice? Detective Fulbright is really in agony. I bet this is the issue he's so torn up over. Justice. I really understand what's been bothering you, detective. I truly do. Something happened that goes against your principles, isn't that right? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Until the explosions occurred, everything was just fine. Is that a fact? Yup, peaceful as peaceful can be. Everyone whistling a happy tune as they did their job. You never saw a more relaxed guard detail? For a routine rocket launch? I don't think the guard detail was as relaxed as you claim as long as this exists.
Take that!
For the explosions, what was supposed to happen here was a rocket launch. And yet, security was so tight, they even brought in a special task force. I'd hardly describe that as a relaxed guard detail. Now hold on just one moment. The entire nation had their eyes on this extremely important rocket launch. That's why I was called in on a special security detail. As versatile as you are, I can certainly believe that that's true. But I say it's very strange that this person would be a part of that detail from the outset. Oh shit, who? Who? Candace?
Take that!
Detective Arm specialized in bomb cases. The fact that she was here on hand means that you people knew there was the possibility that a bombing would occur. You got me, Mr. Wright! Unlock successful. Nice. Okay, yes, spill! Alright, I concede, you win. It's just as you say. A few days before the launch, they were warned about a potential bombing. The plan to launch went ahead in spite of the threat. Why? What were they planning to do if someone got hurt or killed? Yeah, I know. The decision to move forward wasn't exactly just, was it? How was the warning delivered? By phone and directly to Director Cosmos. But the police department instructed everybody to keep it under wraps. That's a big thing to keep quiet about. No wonder you were so upset. But it's not only that. I've been distraught about Prosecutor Blackwell as well. Oh, Prosecutor Blackwell? Well, as his handler, I'm sure you have a lot of difficulties. That's not it. It's a question of justice. I've been wondering about why he's allowed to stand in court. The reason he's still prosecuting? Detective Fulbright, please tell us everything you know. Aw, he looks so torn and kind of conflicted. Well, talking to you folks about it would definitely be breaking the rules. Never mind that. What are rules but things to be broken, right? Well, to tell you the truth, having a prisoner act as a prosecutor is highly irregular. I think we guessed that much. So why is it being allowed? I've been wondering and wondering about it. So you weren't told why either, huh? No, I guess the order came from a pretty high up the ladder. Yeah, he would have to have. The Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. Oh. The hunt I've been on for the Phantom of 7 years past continues even still. Here? Does it have something to do with this case? Because 7 years is when the Hati was launched. 7 years past? A Phantom, huh? And not one of the friendly variety either, I gather. This Phantom of 7 years past. Any idea who or what he was talking about? Not a clue. But he seems to think that this Phantom is behind this whole incident somehow. Wait a minute. He thinks they may be connected to this case? Yup. This case has way too many similarities to what happened 7 years ago. For starters, that case happened right here, at this very space center too. And in both incidents, a threat was issued via telephone. So that's why Prosecutor Blackwell thinks this incident is the work of the Phantom? Well, that's not the entire reason. I mean, if you want to talk about 7 years ago. That's when Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty of murder. Oh, that messy case is what started the whole dark age of the law. So you see how this Phantom and Prosecutor Blackwell's conviction might be related. Yeah, I can see why he'd think that. This incident and the Phantom, not to mention Blackwell's past. It's almost inconceivable that they would come to a head here. This might sound crazy, but Prosecutor Blackwell can't possibly believe Mr. Starbuck is this Phantom person, right? Yeah, I mean, he was acting kind of strange during the last trial and all. The prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence!
Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet. Huh? Oh, unshackle. No, I doubt he thinks Mr. Starbuck is his phantom. But I do get the feeling that he thinks the defendant has ties to them. Ooh, which is why he's acting so impatient. He's got a personal grudge against Mrs. Starbuck. And that's not real justice. I've always trusted in Prosecutor Blackwell's judgment until now. But this time, I'm just so overwrought about it all. If he's lost his ability to think rationally, I'm afraid it might lead to a false conviction. I've never seen Detective Fulbright so tormented. This must be why he's been so cooperative. Don't worry. That's exactly what we defense lawyers are working to prevent. I feel bad for Prosecutor Blackwell, but I'm gonna be rooting for your team this time. Aww. But don't tell him that. You have to promise me you won't. Detective Fulbright, I guess I was wrong about you. I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of society again. Aw, he's just... man. So I can't just sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendants apart. Aw, such a, I don't know, best police boy. You are the only ones who can stop him in court. You really care and want what's best for Prosecutor Blackwell, don't you, Detective? Leave the courtroom to us. It's not like we want a guilty verdict either. I was hoping you would say that. I'm really grateful to the two of you. To show my thanks, I'll give you another bit of information. It's about the eyewitness. I saw her hanging around the Space Center entrance a little while ago. Really? Then let's go find her, Mr. Wright. Thanks, you two. I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find the perfect piece of evidence for you. In justice we trust. On 3. 1, 2, 3. In justice we trust. Okay, later. There he goes. Wait, were we supposed to say in justice we trust back there too? Let's go see that witness now. Alright, the Space Center entrance it is. Who is the eyewitness? The witness must be around here somewhere. Oh my god, again. Uh-oh, don't tell me the witness is a robot! Hello, come over here.
Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you... Shall I guide you?
I don't know why, but this robot is kind of freaking me out. Hey, you're not supposed to be wandering around. Oh, who this? Again? Ow! I've had it with you, hunk of junk. Okay, welcome back, hunk of junk. You don't know how close you came. If you didn't snap out of it, I was gonna put you on the curb on trash day. Nothing works better than a 42.5-degree karate chop. That's pretty specific. Excuse me, but are you the one who witnessed the murder? Oh, and I am Phoenix Wright, the lead attorney for this case. How do you do? Big shot lawyers, huh? I'm Aura Blackwell. Oh! Aura? Aura Blackwell? Oh! I'm a researcher developing robots here at the Cosmos Space Center. Blackwell? Could she be... And this good-for-nothing robot is named Hunk of Junk.
My name isn't Hunk of Junk. My name is Clanko. That's me, Miss Aura.
Quit complaining. Your model number is Ponko too.
But Miss Aura, everyone calls me Clanko.
Quit your squawking already. Oh. There! I bet you won't be talking back now.
I will obey completely.
Yikes! I better watch what wires I cross with this one. Oh my god. Your last name is Blackwell. Do you have a relative in the legal profession?
You are correct. Simon Blackwell, who used to be a prosecutor, is...
Shut up! Only speak when I order you to speak. Simon is my little brother. You know him? Yes, we met him in court a few times, right, Athena? What a dull creature. Has the switch been turned off? Athena being shy? This is new. Oh yeah, I heard he was prosecuting again, despite being a prisoner. Why doesn't he just stick to solving disputes among inmates in prison, right? Hey, what do you think, hunk of junk? I'm asking you a question. Why don't you answer me, useless hunk of junk?
Miss Harap, you told me to only speak when you order me to speak.
I told you to never talk back to me. You're worth more as scrap. Robot abuse, hawk attacks. Blackwell family life must sure be interesting. Well, do you have any other questions? Wait, of course you do. You're a lawyer. It's not like I'm on Simon's side or anything. I just want to get this over with. Ow! So, you're a person who witnessed the incident? That's right. I was on the 4th floor of the main building, in the robotics lab. The explosion disabled the elevators, so I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me so. But it was such a pain. Why couldn't they have used the ladders in the other rooms? It must have been a very troubling experience. Probably best to just humor her here. Then, as I passed by the 3rd floor boarding lounge one window on the way down, I saw the crime as it happened. And that's about it. So, you saw the crime as it happened, and that's about it. I see. Wait, what? You saw it being committed? This is no time to just nod and repeat. So, you saw into the 3rd floor lounge, the very scene of the crime? That's right. There's a small window in the right-hand side of the room. I looked through that from the outside. The room was pitch black, but I saw a shady figure holding a lighter in their left hand and a knife in their right. Yo. There's a CG, so she must be telling the truth. That must have been the culprit. Did you see who that person was? Of course not. The power was out on that floor then, and there was only that tiny window. I see. But you did witness the moment of the murder? Yes, I saw the figure with the lighter raise their knife, and it happened at precisely 10 a.m. Did you witness anything else? Did the killer have any distinguishing features? I already told you, it was pitch black in there. Although, I did notice that the lighter the person had in their left hand has a pretty ornament on it. Oh? It looked like a planet. It was blue, like a little Earth emblem. They had good taste in knickknacks anyway. An Earth emblem on the lighter? I'd better remember that. Okay. Thank you for your statement. We'll definitely prove Mr. Starbuck's innocence with it. Yeah, right. I will hold my breath. Pardon me? Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Sorry. I just detest lawyers, that's all. What don't you like about lawyers? It's just an instinctive dislike. But don't feel bad. I hate prosecutors even more. That didn't make me feel any better, actually. Whoa, what? Why do you hate lawyers so much? little thing from my past. The whole legal system is meaningless in the first place. Dark age of the law. I certainly don't agree. I mean, people are imperfect. They lie, they're influenced by silly emotions. You can't expect such imperfect creatures to uphold a reasonable system of law. I like robots much better. Even sad sacks like this one. Hey you! Look alive there!
Yes, here I come! I am the ultimate robot. I cannot bring the vacuum extreme robots rule the world. I have to now!
Alright, that's enough out of you. You're getting a little too carried away.
What was I doing?
Yup, I like robots much better. At least you can make them any way you want them. Unlike humans, with their petty emotions and constant worries. How can you say such things? Feeling emotions, worrying about the things we care about. That's what makes us human. Widget's sad, look. Well, the girl finally talks and she starts with a speech. That's what makes us human. You mean, getting angry and snorting like that? Rational thought. That's what separates humans from animals. Unfortunately, your reasoning capabilities are more akin to that of a clever little monkey. But that's nothing to be ashamed of. It must be nice to have such a simple mind. Can I punch your boss? Get a hold of yourself, Athena. Humans certainly are absurd. I said you were clever, didn't I? Poor thing. Tell me, with people like you in charge, how can I possibly trust the legal system? So she distrusts not only lawyers and prosecutors, but the whole legal system? What in the world happened to this woman to make her so bitter? Even if somebody important to me was killed, I would never wish to see their killer brought to trial, because I'd much rather kill them myself. You can't be serious. That thing you're wearing around your neck. Oh, this? Around Athena's neck? Does she mean Widget? Oh, I get it. Well, Her Royal Highness has returned at last to her castle. What does that mean? Her royal what? Is she talking about Athena? By the way, I heard the rumors. Our director is going to be the star witness in court tomorrow, right? Director Cosmos? Yes, that's right. You poor things. You'd better be careful. That old man is a big liar and a huge braggart. What? He might seem like a bigwig, but the center has all kinds of problems. He has a lot of skeletons in his closet. But it's your problem, so why should I care? What? That's it? No friendly tips? No good luck, guys? Just splendid. I'll leave you to your woes. Come on, hunk of junk. Oh no! A witness committing perjury! I'm so scared! It's sad to me that she doesn't believe in our legal system anymore. She must have had a very bad experience to make her feel that way. Are you alright, Athena? You seem very down. I just can't believe she said all those things! Wow, she's really upset. Has she been trying not to let it show all this time? Well, I guess it's not all that surprising. You hear about fabricated evidence and false indictments on the news all the time. You mean that whole dark age of the law nonsense? I'm so sick of hearing about that. Well, all we can do is believe in what we're doing. They'll all be like, not all lawyers. Yeah, you're right, boss. I agree. Maybe it's time we went back to see Mr. Starbuck. Good idea. We should tell him about the bullet and Miss Blackwell's statement. Alright then, next stop, the detention center. Oof, alright, let's go to the detention center. Oh no, he's depressed again, huh? My lawyers are here. It must be bad news. Hey, not necessarily. We found a new witness. A researcher saw the moment of the murder through the lounge window during her escape. Really? So they're going to let me go? Unfortunately, it was dark and she couldn't identify the person. I should have known. My stars never align just right, too. We got a lead too, Mr. Starbuck. The murderer had a lighter with an Earth emblem on it. A lighter with an Earth emblem? Oh! Did you remember something? Yep, I sure did. Just a little bit, though. Anything at all would be a help. So please tell us what you remembered. It's probably his. I thought I was unconscious the whole time. But now I remember I woke up for a few brief moments. That's huge! Do you remember seeing anything? A lighter. I saw the flame of a lighter floating in the darkness. Good, good! What else did you see? What was nearby? It was definitely the boarding lounge, so it must have been after Clay carried me there. In the light from the flame, I saw a dark shadow flickering. A dark shadow? That must have been... yeah. The third party we've been looking for. Thank you, Mr. Starbuck. You've been more help than you know. If we can prove there was this third person at the scene and that they're the real killer, then you'll be cleared of all suspicion. The key will be whether or not we can identify this third person in court tomorrow. At least we have something to go on now, and that's a big plus. I should probably tidy the evidence up a bit before someone mistakes me for a hoarder. The relevant evidence tidied up. Now that we have a glimmer of hope, I'm suddenly starving. Why don't we go back to the office and treat ourselves to a big celebration in advance? For someone who's highly empathetic, you can be surprisingly unsympathetic. Okay. Nice. So, you found your strategy for tomorrow's trial, huh? Good for you, Daddy. Well, it's one step forward anyway. Hopefully it'll give us a fighting chance in court. As long as we can find out who this third person is. Now let's get something to eat. I'm starving. My vote is for Eldune's noodles. Yummy. Oh, Apollo! What are you doing here? I didn't think the clinic was ready to release you yet. My wounds are fine. And I'm done lying around. Apollo! You're supposed to be in bed. Leave the case to us. We'll take it from here. Thanks, but that's not an option. Not for me. Yeah, because he wants to. It's the case of his besties. Apollo. Your injuries, though. You shouldn't underestimate your injuries, Apollo. I don't want you overdoing it. I'm fine. I'm not in pain anymore. Besides, they just gave me an IV at the clinic. An IV isn't a cure-all, mommy, man. Anyway, just tell me how the case is going. Have you guys made any progress? Of course. A suspicious figure was spotted at the scene. We think they must be the real killer. A suspicious figure, huh? Right. I thought you'd be happier than that. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm happy. And I fully intend to see Clay's murderer apprehended. Absolutely nothing will get in the way of that. Yes, let's go! Clay, Clay, Clay! Clay was your best friend, right, Apollo? That's right. Best friend since junior high. Sounds like me and Junie. So, what was Clay like? Well, he was full of compassion and energy, and he had a really loud voice. Oh, so you got a loud voice from him? If the two of you did voice training together now, I bet you'd break a few windows. You know, I bet you're right. Aww. I love this image. It seems like only yesterday. Clay was a guy who lived for his dreams. Oh, I like this illustration, actually. We used to talk about it a lot. He was going to be an astronaut, and me, a lawyer. I like the sketchy outline and stuff. It's so nice and detailed. We'd talk well into the night, and even then, we never grew tired of it. Apollo, about that jacket. Oh, it's his! The space jacket! Oh, it's Clay's. I knew it. Aww. It's a special jacket that was only issued to members of the Hat Project. He was finally able to get one of his own once he was selected for the Hat 2 mission. He always looked so proud wearing it. Just when his dream was finally coming true, I still can't believe it. Damn it! It's not fair! Apollo, hope you don't try to carry the burden all alone. I guess we were both unlucky. My own debut was a disaster. I guess you're right on some level. That trial a year and a half ago wasn't exactly the smoothest of starts. That was a rough time for me, but Clay refused to let me quit. You're fine, he'd say. Don't give up. He was right during his screening exams too. I couldn't have become a full-fledged lawyer without him. That "you're fine" of his is why I'm still standing here today. You're fine, huh? Damn. You're fine, and I'm fine were like your catchphrases, weren't they? Something like that. Sure brings back memories. When we were in junior high, Clay's mom passed away in an accident. But he wouldn't show his sadness to anyone. One night, I found him crying all alone in the school courtyard. Mom! Get away, Apollo! Don't come over here! Clay, listen to me. I don't have a mother either. Huh? Aww, babies. I always think everybody else has a mom. Why am I the only one? But, you know, when I start to feel that way, I yell at the top of my lungs. I holler, I'm fine! And then you know what? I start to feel like maybe I really will be fine. Polo Justice is fine! Okay, Clay, now it's your turn. Oh, okay. Clay Terranis is fine! There you go! Now we're both fine. We're fine! We're fine! What are you laughing about? See? We're fine! You laughed first. I'm fine. You're fine. We're both fine. Thanks, Apollo. You say it out loud, it really starts to feel real. And as long as you don't give up, you can keep on fighting. That's what we believed. As long as you don't give up. Wasn't there somebody else who said something similar? If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. Clay called Mr. Starbuck his mentor and looked up to him. I wonder if I can be a good role model for my staff like Mr. Starbuck. Sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'll be taking leave of absence. What? You're really serious. Can you at least give me a reason why? When I put Clay's jacket on, I swore to him that I would catch this killer myself. But that's our goal too! I agree with Athena. We should work together to find the truth. The truth, huh? That's a noble cause. What if the truth you seek and the truth I seek turned out to be different? I'm not sure I follow. What are you saying, Apollo? I'm going to catch the person responsible for taking my friend's life in my own way. Take good care of Mr. Starbuck for me. Now, I must be going. Goodbye. So I guess it's like Athena and Phoenix's goal is like to make Mr. Starbuck not guilty, right? But Apollo really wants to like avenge Clay and get the killer, you know? Goodbye. Did he just say goodbye? I sensed a lot of seething anger and hatred coming from him. And also, suspicion. He's not walking out at us like this. I'm gonna go talk some sense into him. Hold on, Athena. Apollo can believe what he wants, but I believe is wrong. Even if we take different paths, the truth we arrive at should be the same. I think the quicker we solve this case, the better it'll be for Apollo. Yeah, you're right, boss. Alright, that's enough for one day. Make sure you're ready for tomorrow's trial, okay? Oh, okay. If he were here right now, Apollo would say, I'm fine. Everything is fine. I just hope things really do turn out fine tomorrow. To be continued. Alright. Woo! That was amazing. I really enjoyed that. Started off pretty overwhelming with like the, I guess like yes facts, no picture, but like as soon as the cross examination started and like we're told like which information matters and which one, you know, like we kind of learn like okay, this information is priority, this one is not, and then we get the investigation. It's actually really good. I'm really liking it so far. Yeah, beautiful. How you doing? I'm good. I'm good, but I need to sleep. I'm fine. There's so much to digest. It's really interesting, though. And I think this is like the well, there's another case which is like the DLC. I think DLC-ish. But so I think like this is the final main case. I hope I'm correct. If not, then that's okay too. A lot of you know, characters fleshed out. We know a bit more about Fulbright and more about Apollo backstory, and we see Simon Blackquill, sister, I guess, Aura Blackquill. So I think the next part of the story is gonna be really good. I don't know how long this case is, but you know, I don't mind playing a little bit more. Guess it's 4 and 5. Wait, shit! There's still 5. There's still after this. Oh, okay. Never mind. Well. That's good then. Okay. Aura Blackquill. I like Clonko. Anyways, let's read super chats. Thank you so much. Wait, but hold on. Let me just switch. Thank you so much. I'm gonna switch. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, it's so bright. It is so bright. It's nighttime. Thank you. Okay. Okay, we are reading super chats from Ace Attorney. Thank you so much. We have Zipley. Thank you so much. And Zipley, Salt of Shadows 2, Nicholas M, Anton M. We have Val Nasu, we have Anton M. Robin knows how to handle Clay. She can fix him. Robin? We saw the shadows fighting back against Blackquill. Dramatic statements about giving up his own life. Bandages over one eye. Truly the first signs of Apollo entering his Chuny era. And Anton M, look! It's Space Pavolia Space Name from holoGyat! Gyaksa! Gyat Raksasa. We have Flawless Shadows. I'm glad to know my phantom tax goes to fund Gyaksa, pushing humanity to stick out our gyats beyond the bounds of Ohio and up into the great galaxy, beyond like the interstellar sigmas we're destined to be. Real. We have Anton M, Phantom of the Gyat. Watch out for him. Phantom of the Gyat. Watch out for him. Anton M, can we fix Aura? You know, enemies to lovers? I don't know about that. Yes, thank you so much. And I guess that is it. Wow, it's so... Yeah, I'm so... Let's do this again next time, guys. Yes. Case 4 start. There's... My bad, there's still case 5. But I guess I'm excited. The more cases, the better. Alright. This is a great start. We have the Karsim Supas. Yeah, we haven't read that. But I'd rather, like, read it separately because this is a different game. He seemed to like space. Well, the story is really good at hooking me into the plot. So, yeah. Wait, I kind of want to take off my jacket. How does it look like if I take off my jacket? Oh, there we go. It's like me in the... It's like me in the X-School days. Actually, I want my jacket back on. Oh shoot. Okay, there we go. This is better. But yeah, I think like earlier on the stream I just had like really bad brain fog. I don't know if that's what you call it, but then like my head is clear right now. And it's really good. Too clear for sleep actually. Yeah. Too clear for sleep, but I guess I'll be fine. I'll be able to sleep eventually. But yeah, it kind of feels like it's mottay na, you know, if you have a really clear brain, you want to use it for like working and stuff like that, but it's really late, so I think I should sleep, because if I don't sleep I won't be able to wake up good. So that ne. Okay. Anyways, thank you guys. I hope I didn't miss anything. Any supas. Because I think Ace Attorney only has supas. Thank you so much. Can we fix Aura? I don't know. Yeah. Streamed a lot today. Really? I guess I did. Okay, thank you guys. Terima kasih perhatiannya. Thank you very much for your attention. Salamat everybody. Can't wait to do this again. We have Brewek, we have Persona, we have this. So many things I'm looking forward to, and I think we're gonna play The Forest again next week. Still don't know about the day though. Oh shoot! Oh my god, I have something on Tuesday. Shoot. Oh well, it's fine. Bye guys. Salamat everybody, and bye bye. Bye.